There you go.
What's up, everyone? And welcome to the WAN show. I'll have so much to talk about this week. As you guys might have noticed, I was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night. I brought along... What are you talking about?
It just wouldn't.
Well...
It just wouldn't.
It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It was the least wouldn't. It was flaccid. The demo didn't work, you guys.
It did not expand.
Had a lot of fun on the show. As with last time, the Tonight Show team was absolutely incredible, so accommodating.
That was very cool to see.
I got to bring a much larger posse this time, so I had Luke with me. I brought Yvonne, and Sammy was there. We're just chilling in his room because the ladies are sleeping. Anyway, the point is, we'll talk through what happened with the demo that failed. And before we go any further, I want to make it clear, this was not Lenovo's fault. I don't think it was really anyone's fault. It was just a bad set of circumstances. We're also going to be talking about, the alleged end of life of the 5070 Ti and 5060 Ti 16 gig. But then maybe they are not. It seems a little complicated.
Speaking of NVIDIA graphics cards, Jensen says that NVIDIA could potentially resurrect old GPUs to address shortages and high pricing. What is that?
Oh, yeah, I meant to pick that one. That one's really good.
Oh, there we go. That's good. Do we want really bad news after that?
Sure.
Which one?
Stop! Why do you have to be like this? I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to the world.
Police unmasks millions of surveillance targets because of flock redaction error. Intro?
Yeah, we don't have a button. I think Dan has a button. Nice, solid. The show is brought to you today by Vessi, Squarespace, Miro, and Jawa, along with our chair partner, Razer. Well, I can imagine sitting in a Razer chair. Mm-hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. Our laptop partner, also Razer, and our wrap partner, D-Brand. Why don't we jump right into the headline topic, which is, of course, the demo that failed. I was mortified. Like, it's an unscripted show, which means that everyone's kind of, working off the cuff a little bit. But obviously, when you're doing a tech demo, you need to kind of practice what you want to say a little bit. You need to make sure that you know what all the right hotkeys you're supposed to hit are. Luke heard me in the back room basically just going, Lollipop Star, Peach Pink Frost, Saros Rover, like just making sure that I got all the names right, because these aren't products that I'm intimately familiar with and have been using for 6 months.
Yeah.
They're things that I just learned about the existence of at CES a week ago.
And under live pressure, you have to come up with the names of 4 individual things in a really, really tight timeline.
And talk about them. Like, I knew my segment was going to be cut down to 5 minutes, which is...
It's very short.
Not a lot. I could have done 5 minutes on just the lollipop. Yeah. Easily. Yeah. So I'm back there. I'm memorizing. I'm figuring out what to do. I had kind of a cute idea for how I wanted to work the screwdriver in by having Jimmy press the hotkey to expand the screen the second time, because it's supposed to go from 16 inches to 21.5 inches to 24 inches. And I guess I should back up a little bit. We had the Lenovo expanding screen laptop on the Tonight Show.
That's not its name.
Last night. Yeah, it's called the Legion Pro rollable concept. There you go. So you got to memorize the things.
Rehearsals.
And that's not it. That's not the kind of thing that rolls off the tongue. Yeah. Anyway, in the middle of taping, it just stopped working. And Where was I? Right. So I had this idea that the hotkey to expand it a second time, I was going to have him press it with the screwdriver. And then I was going to have him be kind of confused, like, why did you have me do this? I could have pressed this with my finger.
So I'm going to rewind slightly again,
Yeah.
though. So he had already expanded it once. It expands 2 times, but he hadn't revealed to them that it expands 2 times yet.
Yeah.
So he was like, I can do something, and he's going to mess around with the screwdriver and then hand it to Jimmy.
Yeah, it was kind of like what I had in my brain, but then it never expanded in the first place. So that's why me just like pulling out the screwdriver is just sort of random, because I was full deer in headlights, guys. I was mortified.
I think even the YouTube version doesn't have the whole laptop bit, right?
No.
Yeah, so it like goes on for a while. It's not random that he pulls the screwdriver out. It's decided that they're not going to do this.
Yeah.
And then he has to find some way to like.
And like I saw some people in the comments that are like, "Oh, you should have rebooted it. You should have done this. You should have done." We were there for a while. We rebooted it. I looked to see if Lenovo had any special software on it that was needed to be loaded so that the expanding screen would work, and there was nothing. I was sitting there in full panic mode because the Tonight Show staff had showed me how to use it ahead of time so that I'd know, and I practiced it a little bit. I kind of thought through how I wanted to do it, and I played around with the hotkeys, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And I gave it back to them to charge and make sure that it was charging. And I realized, oh my God, shortly before I came out here, they went, oh yeah, by the way, Lenovo had this little note for you. And I opened it up and I went, oh yeah, it's just the instructions for how to use it. And I didn't read it because they had already showed me how to use it. And as I was sitting there on stage going, oh my God, it's not working.
Did I need to read that?
Was there something in there that was like a troubleshooting step? So my brain is going like 1,000 miles a minute while Marcelo and Jimmy are like cracking performance jokes.
Honestly,
saved it.
It was a very funny segment.
Yes, they saved it. But in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I just want this to work.
In the back room while we're watching, the first camera angle didn't properly really show the keyboard. So I thought you had defaulted to like Windows key arrows and was like panic in the back room, like function key, it's function key. Trying to think like, do I need to run out there and like say something? Yeah. But then it changed camera angles and I saw you on function key. And then the second thought was, and I haven't told you about this until now.
Oh.
And it was not the problem.
Oh.
But when I was working on the laptop, I noticed it was running like quite cranked all the time.
Yeah.
So I went through and tried to trim some like startup services and stuff.
That wasn't it.
That was not it.
So I think I know what it was. And it wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just a thing that happened. Because when I went backstage and waited another, I think probably minute, it started working again. So it worked perfectly every time up until I was on stage. And then it worked perfectly every time afterward.
On and running in the backpack.
I was getting to that.
Sorry.
So I even practiced with it running in the backpack and pulled it out and did it. But I never had it in for so long.
Yeah.
So the reason that it was running while it was in the backpack was so that I could just open it and it would be ready to go. That's show business, baby. You gotta, but I think that's what actually killed us.
Yeah.
Because what I suspect is that there was some kind of thermal failsafe in the motors that open up the rollable OLED display.
Something.
And as soon as it cooled down a little bit, it started working again. And I even thought about it. So I don't know if you noticed this, but like when I opened my backpack to like start taking things out, I like really opened it. Yeah. And I like made sure that it was open a bit. Because I knew that the laptop was running in there, and I knew that it ran kind of hot. It's a prototype machine.
I did notice that you did that, but I thought you were just trying to seal the product so you could grab them easily.
No, I didn't really have anything in there. Yeah. I just had the headphones in that pouch and the laptop.
That makes sense.
That was it.
Yeah.
So once I had the headphones out, the laptop was the only thing in there. I just wanted to give it a little bit of room to breathe. But it clearly wasn't enough. And I feel bad for literally everyone involved. I feel bad for Lenovo because obviously
it's a really cool product and it would have been sick.
And I feel bad for the Tonight Show because it would have been great for their segment. It would have been another mega viral clip on top of the one that's going absolutely bonkers on Instagram and TikTok right now for the Lollipop Star vibrating lollipop. And I feel bad for me because I was so... I honestly don't know how I pulled it together for the Roborock segment.
And you did quite well.
Thank you. I was mortified.
Yeah.
I just... And you can see it. One of the top upvoted comments on the YouTube upload is Linus just booked it.
Yeah, that was very funny. Okay, so backstage, we didn't see that part. So what I will say, when we were watching backstage, I was very proud of how you got it together for the Roborock part and the screwdriver part. And then it just cut. We didn't see him exit the stage. And then we were watching the segment like in the hotel room late at night. You see you book it and like right in front of the table too, and just ignored both of them. Just gone.
And they like look at each other.
Yeah. No goodbyes. I burst out laughing last night watching. I was like, oh my God. Because you see, like, the previous guest, like, take a while, shake hands, and then sit in the chair and talk as it, like, kind of fades out and cuts.
I know, that's what you're supposed to do.
And you just booked it.
I was so, like, hyper-focused on going and troubleshooting the laptop.
Yeah.
And I was just so, like... It dragged on for so much longer during the taping, so it felt like that was the whole thing. And, like, honestly, I was talking to Yvonne last night. I was like, if they invite me back, I don't know if I want to come.
Oh.
I'm glad that the clips are doing really well on TikTok and Instagram. Like, this really is not about the money for me. This is just a really cool, fun collab. It's such an honor to be invited. I don't know how long traditional TV is going to exist for, so getting to participate in it while there is still the glitz and the glamour, and they still have their funding and everything, like it's pretty cool to a boomer ass millennial like me, like
the production is wild.
Going on the Tonight Show and being there, like seeing the way that they work, it's just it's different. And I understand that there's a lot of people that don't necessarily value that, and that, you know, cable TV is really struggling and all of that stuff. Like I get that, but also being there, like you said, that seeing the production was a really cool experience.
Oh, it was
for
very,
you.
very
You want to talk about that a little bit without saying too much?
What I'll say is the stuff that I know I can for sure say, considering it's all where the public audience sits. But literally just looking up at the like cloud grid, so the framing that they have in the ceiling that supports all the lights and stuff. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Like, what the heck? It's this field of very tightly nested lights and other various production equipment that is completely covers the entire ceiling, because they have to be able to adapt to everything.
They're gonna be ready for anything.
Seeing how they dealt with the stage with all the fog and the fake shark thing and the contest,
that was
and
a
then
fun
being able to have that out and then reset that and then keep doing the show right away. Like, the time gaps between doing that is like way shorter than you would expect.
And they're just so thoughtful. Like, when I first heard them explain the shark game, so if you haven't seen the segment with Jason Momoa and Jimmy Fallon, basically they're standing on what kind of look like little piers or little docks, and there's a cute little shark fin on roller skates that's kind of rolling around in the fog in front of them, and they have to ask each other, they have to make a statement, and the other has to guess true or false. And when I first heard the rules explained, I thought the way it worked was that I make my statement, and if you guess wrong, yours expands.
Right.
But then Yvonne was like, no matter what, on every question, someone's legs expand. Oh, did I say that yet? Right. So there's part of the pier is on rollers, so it can open up, sort of forcing you to do the splits eventually.
So you're supposed to try to fool the other person. So if you don't fool them, your thing kind of goes out, which requires your legs to kind of do the splits a bit.
Yeah.
And if they get fooled, then theirs goes.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that. And as soon as she said that, no matter what, on every question, someone's legs expand, I was like, that's so thoughtful.
Because then there's a fixed timer.
That's right. It can only go from this amount of time to this amount of time, which is great for TV, for the kinds of tight scheduling that they have to do. And it's one of those things that if you've never tried to run a production, you might not fully appreciate. But if you ever have tried to run a production, and if you've ever had like a game show or a bit that wasn't carefully thought through in that way, you'll know that, oh my God, things can just start to drag on because we're in a stalemate and nobody's winning this thing. And
Yeah. Well, and there's also just like the time of production. I was talking to Emma about this when we were sitting waiting for it to go live on actual TV. But the fact that we did this all today, and then there's an edited version out going on TV, and there's Instagram
edited
clips,
version, yeah,
and
multiple.
there's different versions of edited versions going on YouTube and everything else, and it all went up on time, and it was all titled properly, and it was all tagged properly, and it was all handled properly, it was all published, it was all edited, and those edits had to come in like 2 hours or something, because they had to all be published as well.
I don't know why, but I assumed that like someone like Jimmy is mostly just kind of the star. But I hope I'm not disclosing too much right now. I think it's a very cool thing, so hopefully no one gets mad at me for this. But we got a note from them on the edit of my segment, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, Jimmy really likes this, and he really likes this." Like, apparently he's like
Clearly
sitting
was considering the edits,
like involved,
and considered specifically the YouTube edit. So
Which-
like he's not just caring about the TV output.
yeah, like
They care about all of it.
check that out, internet audience. We are like totally not an afterthought, even for one of, like him or not, don't care, one of the biggest stars in the business, which objectively he is. You can like that, you cannot like it, it doesn't matter. He's one of the biggest stars in the business, and for him to still be personally involved at that level, I just think is really cool. I respect the heck out of that, because he could easily just be like, no, the camera's off, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And what are they going to say? Like, he's got that star power that...
There we go.
What do? You recast Jimmy Fallon? So I just think it's really cool. Yeah, Awesome Nader in Floatplane Chat says, yeah, I was in the audience back when it was Late Show. And even from an audience perspective, it's amazing how well-oiled the machine is.
Dude, it's crazy. And like this all the timelines are extremely short and all this kind of stuff. Nobody really seems to be panicking.
No, they're moving fast.
There was people were working.
People move with intent.
Yes.
And they will speak with intensity.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yep.
You know, but everything is super respectful.
Yep.
Everything is very professional. I felt so taken care of the whole time. Yeah, just 100%. No pressure, but 100% would again.
There was, and I mean, it makes complete sense given the timelines and the nature of showbiz and all that kind of stuff. But there was a lot of people, and when that's the case, there will always be a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
But there was also very clearly an air of like respect the person doing a thing. So if you were one of the currently waiting people, you were out of the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I noticed like, I don't want to necessarily get into the details because now we're getting to a part where audience wouldn't be there and naturally see it.
Yeah.
But there was, you could tell there was a bit of a flow of like, okay, I'm doing a thing. I'm actively working. I don't need to do anything now. I am detaching myself completely.
But I'm in earshot.
Not even physically be in the way.
Yep.
But I can quickly get back to it if needed.
Yeah.
It was cool. Watching the machine work was really cool. Yeah. They're also very accommodating, very easy to work with. This is another one of those things where like when the laptop problem happened, I think with like our experience, this is like DEFCON 1. And for them, they were like, we have enough footage. We'll edit. We're good.
We got this.
And it was like,
yep.
Oh, all right.
And they were really reassuring about that, even though I was like not in my best mood.
Well, we were. I can fully understand because, like, from our perspective, the laptop's the coolest part.
Yeah.
And then apparently the internet likes musical lollipops, so it's
well,
okay.
To be clear, I also knew the musical lollipop was going to play well for their audience, and that was why I wanted to lead with it actually. But I wanted the laptop to be kind of like but wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it wasn't, and we got pretty lucky that the Roborock demo went as flawlessly as it did.
If you want to go back to that clip, watch it as it's going to do its second stare. The first stare was pretty clean. As it's going to do its second stare, it does a little bit of a rock back. right before it goes on, and then when it sets down on the second stair, it's not as on the stairs the first time.
It's very prototype. And Roborock knew that, and they took a gamble coming and being on this stage, because it could have just as easily been them.
Yeah.
Instead of the Lenovo.
Yeah. And I really
prototype.
respect them taking that gamble.
Yeah, and respect the heck out of Lenovo. Respect the heck out of anyone. I mean, dude,
It's worth it.
The TDM, the foldable headphones. Both Jimmy and I folded it the wrong way the first time. Every other time I practiced it, I did it the right way, and it's something about, you got a live audience, you got the lights, you got, some of the most famous people in the world sitting next to you. Not you.
Yeah, me. You're gesturing towards me.
I know, but gesturing in a direction.
I almost have a Wikipedia page.
There's a temporal gap here. And so you feel the pressure, right? And it's so I'm so grateful to partners like that for the work that they did, getting things together and getting everything to us.
Yeah.
Like we had, and not everyone gets the shot. Like some things are maybes, even in the hours leading up to taping. We had this Rubik's Cube with screens on it that was really cool, but just we had too many items, and it didn't make the cut.
4 products, 5 total minutes, including intros and stuff. Like it's, yeah.
And so everyone takes a gamble, and everyone works really hard to make it happen. And I'm super grateful to everyone who made it a success on our team as well. Sean from Disneyland put a ton of work into coordinating everything. James was the guy in the chair at CES this year, helping coordinate all this stuff, getting on calls with the Tonight Show team. It's a whole team effort. And I genuinely believe, because they didn't have to invite us back, right? I genuinely believe that it is reflective of the professionalism of our team that we were invited back to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm super proud.
I hope it happens again. I really like the idea of it being like kind of an annual thing. And I know last time there was the invite to come again, but there wasn't really a date, and then it sort of happened to happen now.
Yeah.
If that happens again, great.
Yeah.
Because I like the idea of it being an annual thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we got a bigger entourage this year. Like it seemed like they liked us, which is pretty cool. Someone asked in chat if I got paid this time. I actually don't know. So I know the first time they offered, and we just couldn't get like some forms filled out for me to make income in the States. Because when I cover a show, like when I go down and do CES, it's kind of a gray area, because a lot of our editing will actually be done back in Canada, and you're totally allowed to just like be a correspondent or interview people. And oh, by the way, there's a camera pointed at it. Like it really is, for social media in particular.
It's odd.
It's kind of a gray area, and has been for a very long time. But when I come down into the States and I'm being paid by a US entity, it's way more complicated. And I think the first time we just were like, yeah, we don't have time to deal with this paperwork. I have no idea if we did it this time. I'm sure they would have offered. But what I said to someone who commented on it last time is like, look, don't get the wrong impression about me commenting last time that I wasn't paid. I don't care. I haven't
heard literally a single person ever mention it this time. So like,
yeah,
I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if
they mentioned this time that I wasn't last time, and asked if I was this time. And I actually don't know, and I actually don't care, because it's just really, really fun. And people should not be compensated in exposure and for fun. People should be paid for their work. But I'm good. It's okay. I'm all right. So I am in a position to make that decision for myself, even if I wouldn't make that decision on behalf of someone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, they definitely didn't pay for everyone to fly here. That was on my dime.
Heck yeah.
All right. What do we want to talk about?
Wait.
What?
Call the floatplane.
Call the floatplane.
There's gonna be a Fallon vlog soon.
Okay, can they hear him? I don't know if they can pick him up.
Yeah, they can pick him up.
They can pick him up? All right, cool.
Project. Say
There's
it.
gonna be Jimmy Fallon Vlog 2026 edition soon on Floatplane. LMG.GG/FPWAN.
Okay, I don't know.
It's being approved right now.
Okay, yeah, we're just waiting for their team to look at it because it includes footage of me like talking to Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It includes
okay.
Its entire trip
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
and why I'm in this crappy room instead of a good room.
Oh, it has that? That's okay. That's
Yeah.
a plot line that's kind of fun.
Sammy's first room was not great.
In some ways, it was nicer, and in some very key, very important ways, it was not.
Yeah.
Anyways, next topic.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
you can't see Dan's cards, so.
The card says
it's-
topic 2, yeah.
CEO Jensen Huang says NVIDIA could potentially resurrect old GPUs to address shortages and high pricing.
Okay. I have not seen any further than the headline for this, so this is going to be me with an uninformed hot take. I love it.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
sure. At a Q&A with NVIDIA in Las Vegas for CES, Jensen was asked something along the lines of, this is paraphrasing, gaming GPU prices are high right now, likely due to supply constraints. Could
really a question,
producing
but yeah.
older generation GPUs, I hope he said that, or lower VRAM models help ease pricing? And are there any concrete steps NVIDIA is considering? Jensen's reply was, I don't know if this one's paraphrasing or not, but Jensen's reply was, yeah, possibly. And we could possibly, depending on so this makes me think it's a real quote, depending on which generation, we could also bring the latest generation AI technology to the previous generation GPUs, which they have done before. And that will require a fair amount of engineering, but it's also within the realm of possibility. I'll go back and take a look at this. It's a good idea.
I would love to
Assuming
see
that
it.
means 4.5 on older GPUs.
Because there is so it would probably mean that, which the older GPUs could probably handle, because I think 4.5 is running decent on does 4.5 run on 40 series? I think
We're
it
talking
does.
about DLSS 4.5.
But it's
by the
frame
way.
gen that I think is not running on 40 series at the higher levels of frame generation. So I think that's probably where he's looking at it going, yeah, we'd have to do a bunch of engineering on this. But from my point of view, so there's multiple constraints on the whole GPU supply thing, right? There's the TSMC manufacturing capacity on the nodes that these GPUs are being manufactured at. There's the just general supply crunch for anything related to computer memory. So the way that memory manufacturers are allocating their production to data center oriented parts rather than consumer oriented parts. And then I don't know if this has changed since the last time I looked into it, but apparently the silicon wafers themselves that both of those are produced on are in short supply. So this isn't going to help with that, because if anything, producing last generation GPUs on an older node is going to be less efficient in terms of how much compute you make per wafer
Yeah.
that you produce.
Yeah.
It also won't necessarily help on the memory side unless the memory manufacturers have manufacturing capacity at older nodes to make older, slower memory, and they can get enough silicon wafers. So as long as we can get enough wafers, then I actually love this.
Yeah.
Because, and you can hate NVIDIA for a lot of reasons, and I'm gonna be like, okay. But one of the things that you can't really hate them for, and I think they actually do, maybe not industry leading, but certainly top tier, like S tier job of, is supporting their products for a long time after they go end of sales. So if they were to bring back 40 series GPUs, I would, and I hope I don't eat these words, I hope NVIDIA has the integrity for me, what I'm saying to be true, but I would believe that they would extend the EOL of the support on those cards. Because it seems like,
You mean like driver wise?
yeah, it seems like their calendar for end-of-life support starts where sales ends, from what I've seen of them in the past. Whereas you'll have companies that compete directly with NVIDIA, like AMD, that will just be like, nope, not that one anymore. which I also understand. I understand where AMD's coming from. They've had cards in the past that, as far as I can tell, existed for 1 or 2 production runs and then just didn't exist anymore. What was that? That Radeon? Remember Radeon 7?
Oh,
yeah. Like, what was that?
Yeah, kind of.
As far as I could tell, they had some like data center chips that didn't make the cut, and they just like dumped them in a consumer card, sharded them onto the market, and then how long did that card get supported for? Like, not very long. Not very long. Like, it was pretty bad. And it was the same with remember that water cooled like Fury one?
Oh yeah.
You remember Radeon Fury?
That was a weird era. That was a particularly very, very weird era on the AMD side. We're not quite done the topic, though. I'm going to keep adding a little bit because this might change some of the opinions.
Oh, no.
Well, no, I think it's okay. But so the answer from Jensen was a little vague, but it does line up with rumors reported on by videocards.com with a Z that the RTX 3060, so not 4000 series, 3000 series, is coming back for Q1 2026. However,
3060 is a good card.
It is a good card. It's just, you were talking about 4000, so I just wanted to add that in there.
Okay.
However, it seems more likely that NVIDIA's board partners are focusing on producing more RTX 5060 and 5060 Ti 8GB models while moving away from the 16GB models. And then it says, as a Chinese board channels post insinuates, they are, which seems even more likely after recent news that ASUS is ending production of its 5070 Ti.
Oh, the 5070 Ti is like the good one in the 50 series lineup. I really like the 5070 Ti. We used it in 2 build guides recently. We used it in the MSRP PC, and we used it in our $2,000 gaming PC build guide. I really like that card. At $750, obviously, it's a crap ton of money, but it's a really fast card, like with a little bit of DLSS, not too much, little bit of super sampling. You don't even have to use frame gen. It's a legitimate 4K gaming card, and it's obviously got support for all of NVIDIA's latest features if you want to turn those things on. It is, oh god. Oh no. Have prices already skyrocketed on it? As recently as like a week or 2 ago, it was available at MSRP, and that does not appear to be the case anymore, at least not on Newegg. Hold on. I'm sorting by lowest. Oh my god. The lowest 5070 Ti. Wait, am I on like am I in the Canada site or something? Because it's it's over $1,000.
Oh.
No, not cool. Not cool.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on. What am I holding on to?
So Hub, Hardware Unboxed, has a video from a day ago talking about the 5070 Ti potentially being killed off, which they have now added an update to the title. Somebody in Floatplane chat, Quantum Jank in Floatplane chat notified me of this. And then they have a pinned comment, which is very long.
Nice. Solid.
That says, sorry everyone, but we've been provided with another clarifying statement from ASUS. This one completely walks back their original statement to us. We would like to clarify recent reports regarding the ASUS GeForce RTX TM 5070 Ti and RTX TM 5060
Okay.
Ti 16 gig. Certain media may have received incomplete information from ASUS PR representative regarding these products. They have not been discontinued or designated end of life. ASUS has no plans to stop selling these models. Current fluctuations in supply for both, due to memory constraints, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so basically what it sounds like to me is that someone at ASUS was like, well, yeah, because it's so much RAM per board, we'd much rather sell 5070s and 5060 Ti 8 gigs. And so effectively, we're not going to be making any of these. Because remember, NVIDIA apparently switched from providing the GPU die and the accompanying VRAM as a kit to just selling GPU dies. So in doing so, NVIDIA effectively ceded control of exactly what their partners are making. So what this sounds like to me, and I don't know, I didn't talk to ASUS about it. I haven't even talked to Hardware Unboxed about it. But what it sounds like to me is that someone at ASUS, real talk, was like, yeah, realistically, if I have 16 gigs of VRAM and I have GPUs, I'm going to make 2 GPUs, not 1 GPU. So deal with it. Because we've seen many cases in the past where like, a new GPU launches and there's like a vanilla, like MSRP one, and it never gets formally discontinued, but they just like don't make any. And they only make the OC and the Strix and the Matrix and the fucking Astral and like whatever, right? Like we've seen this playbook 100 times.
Oh yeah.
So it sounds to me like it's the playbook, but then someone saw these comments and was like, yo, you said the quiet part out loud, brother. You can't do that.
We might be dealing with a lot of rumors. Schraff is also saying that selling the die and memory separately was just a rumor.
Yeah, that's why I said apparently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Apparently.
I would also like to say that if you want more of this timeline, you should check out the video from Hardware Unboxed, which is titled "The RTX 5070 Ti has ... maybe been killed off brackets update." The reason why I'm saying that is check the pinned comment, because they even have like a timeline of things that have happened and where they're currently at. Yeah, if you want to stay on top of this is interesting. Hub seems to be probably the place to go right now.
Okay, if I want to see, okay, I just want a particular part. I tried the other thing, but we don't have a thing for that thing.
Nope.
So I'm just going to go 5070 Ti. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Oh, right, I can't screen share, so I won't be showing you guys any of this. Yeah.
Hardware Unboxed, not the other hub. My goodness.
You can if you want. I can't see what you're doing on your screen.
You might not find the right information for the 5070 Ti stock on that one.
Yeah, so the cheapest 5070 Ti that I can find is an MSI Ventus that is listed available soon on Amazon.com. What does that mean? I don't know. But the next one, and that's for $830. So $80 over MSRP. And then the next one that actually shows in stock is an ASUS Tough Gaming for $879, $130 over MSRP. And yeah, this Ventus on Amazon is showing $1,200 when I actually click through on it. So I don't think that's a thing. So yeah, 5070 Ti apocalypse has officially already happened. That's a downer. At 441 asks, did we kill the B580 updates? No, we haven't. Let's go ahead and do it. It's lmg.gg/Newegg. Is that it? Is that our affiliate code? Oh God. It's happened. The ASRock Challenger is up to 291. $41. Is it an OC? I don't think it's an overclocked model.
So we're still tuning this, but as some people have noticed, the Labs website has pricing on it now for different things.
Yes, it does.
We don't have a ton of graphics cards for reasons that are kind of boring and we won't necessarily get into. But we do have the B580. So you can go to the B580 page on the Labs website. I can't really share my screen right now.
Can Dan screen share? Dan, can you screen share?
Dan?
It's hard, but yeah.
It's hard. Okay, that's a detail we didn't need, Dan.
But yeah, you can go to it. Maybe we'll show it better off next week. But oh my goodness.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Look at this man.
Oh my. Under the where to buy section, you can see pricing for B&H, Amazon, and Newegg. We are planning on adding more. If you're a store and you're like, why didn't you include us? We very likely contacted you and you didn't reply. So would love to hear from you and would love to have your pricing on the store. Thank you very much. Nice. There's a show availability in other regions. So for us, we can see Canada. Right now, we just have US and Canada.
Okay. Canadian pricing looks not too bad on Newegg.
And B&H has one $259.
And B&H has one for $259. Is it actually in stock?
Let's see.
Yeah, well, because if it's not in stock, then we need to do better.
We check stock once a day.
Okay. Oh, it's in stock.
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Brilliant.
And it says on there when it was updated, so it was updated today.
Is the Intel Holiday Bundle on B&H? because it's another. So that's 260, which I still consider to be within striking distance of MSRP.
Yes.
I count that, and that has the bundle.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if we have a B&H affiliate code, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is you get a.
I think we do.
Oh well, okay. Anyway, the point is, go pick up a reference, or not a reference, but like a whatever. What does Intel call their founders?
Click it. Click the buy now button through the labs website.
Yeah, LTTLabs.com.
I don't know if we do or not, but just
CatOS says we do. I can get it one sec. CatOS, you don't even work here. Why do you?
Floatplane Dan is here, and he said that we do.
Okay.
So I don't know what it actually is, but if you click the buy now button on the lab site, it'll work.
Sick.
Did I miss anything, Dan? Did I say it all properly?
That is super cool. That is going to dramatically increase the utility of the labs website over time.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. The labs website just keeps
Gets
ticking
a little
along,
bit better.
keeps ticking along, keeps getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. I'm very excited.
There is more coming soon. Like Dan said, I don't want to say specifics yet because I like to just show them to you when they're here and ready. But there is more coming soon regarding pricing stuff. We're planning on doing cool things.
Cool.
But yeah, for now, it's a pretty quick way to price check.
All right. Well, at least you can still get a B580, which I remind you guys is a perfectly cromulent gaming card for darn near MSRP. I'm pretty down that the 5070 Ti is not a thing anymore because I really liked that. I felt like it was really the sweet spot in NVIDIA's lineup. How about on the AMD side? Let's actually have a look.
That gets a little bit more difficult on the labs website because, like I said, we don't have a ton of GPUs. Right
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're going back to looking at Newegg.
Looking at Newegg.
Can't share a screen, so I'm trying to verbally.
Yeah, sorry guys.
He's currently scrolling on the Newegg website after searching for 9700 XT.
Yeah,
with a in-stock filter. No, I can't read. That says HR block. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Best deal right now is probably the ASUS Challenger for $730. That's a 9070 XT. So that's substantially more than the BS MSRP that AMD fed to everyone, but I would take this over a 5070 Ti for $1,000 at the same price. I would take the 5070 Ti, no question. Especially seeing how good DLSS 4.5 is. Have you tried it yet?
No.
You have 40 series, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. If DLSS 4.5 is as good as I think it is, we might owe you an upgrade sooner than I thought. It's like a game changer. Wait, what do you have?
I had the thought. My
You have a
rig
4080?
still feels pretty good.
Oh, you have a 4080.
My
Okay.
rig feels pretty good.
All right,
There isn't really a game that it struggled in yet. I was thinking the other day, like, is it time? And I think years wise, it like technically is.
But there's not that many new GPUs. I think we hit you pretty early in the 40 series
I think
life
so.
cycle.
Based on the year, I think so because it feels pretty good. I'm not gonna push to get an upgrade when it still feels like a pretty smoking machine. I don't know. I guess if we just want to farm the content, it's fine. But like it's there's nothing it struggled in. I just crank settings on everything, whatever.
Oh yeah, and I think 4.5, as long as you don't care about the frame gen aspect, which I suspect you don't.
No.
It should run just fine on 40 series. I think it's just 30 series and 20 series that it really struggles on because they just don't have a powerful enough NPU to make the most out of it. At least that's my understanding of it. It's quite possible that, the elite hacksaws out there are going to find a way to just sort of make it work better or something, and that's so cool, and I'm power to them.
I can't actually see it because it's covered in moss, but I think it's the Noctua Edition 4080.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Noah Venn asks, what hoodies are these? Announced yet? Yes, they are.
They're gone.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they were gone immediately. Like they sold out like very fast.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Like I think XLs were gone in like 24 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
We only have smalls and mediums in stock. Sorry. Are we planning to bring them back?
I've been poking this. I wasn't able to attend one meeting that they theoretically had about it, so I'm not sure what might have happened there.
Okay.
But I tried to say that maybe we should just have the sweater always be available because it's like really cool.
Always is tough because when something's always available, we talked about this in the pre-show.
There's no tension.
Then there's no. See, I don't want to
It's like that thing where when you don't do any of the cool things in your own town and then you travel and do all the stuff that's
Yes.
there because it's always available when you're at home.
Yes.
So there's no like pressure to actually do it. But when you're
Yeah.
traveling somewhere, then you're like, well, I'm only going to be here for 3 days. I got to do everything I can.
So it's not that we're trying to like capitalize on FOMO,
But we also
it's
don't want to
like-
have tons of boxes in the warehouse not moving.
yeah.
And it's already restricted SKU because you like have to be a Floatplane sub. And if you weren't a Floatplane sub but bought the Floatplane hoodie, that might be kind of weird. Maybe not that weird because it's actually just a really cool hoodie.
At the very least, maybe what we could do is another drop. And maybe what we could do is another drop.
Yeah. I just think it's awesome. I think it's the coolest Floatplane merch we've ever done. So, and like, it's just a really nice hoodie. So, yeah, maybe if it comes back every once in a while, that'd be pretty sweet.
Cool. All right, Dan, you might just have to like tell us what we're
Yeah,
supposed
sure.
to do.
You could,
Or,
you
like,
could get through another topic. How does that sound?
we could do another topic. Yeah, why don't we do another topic? How about how about just a short update topic? The Dailymotion ownership thing is kind of a deeper rabbit hole than we thought.
Yeah.
So after our discussion, Redditor PiePlots made a post kind of enlightening us on the depth of this whole situation. TLDR, we were looking at it going, Dailymotion, what is this? This is like obviously a money furnace, right?
Yeah.
And the TLDR, and maybe you could link it. Maybe Dan, could you link his post in the chat?
Yep.
But TLDR, it's
I got
not
Flipper.
about making money. It's about having a platform for the content that's put out by other parts of the Bolloré Group's media empire, which is attempting to influence the tone of discourse in French media, particularly around politics. So it's less about anyone actually watching videos on Dailymotion
Or it being profitable.
and more about just flooding the internet with a particular type of content. So huge, massive yikes if this is true, and I haven't seen anything here to indicate that it's not true.
Does make insanely more sense.
Oh yeah.
Because Dailymotion has always been very confusing to me, and I it was kind of a known factor that something had to be going on, but I just had no clue what, and this makes so much more sense.
Lexfin724 on Floatplane chat. Oh, propaganda loss leader. Yippee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like, do you ever log into Twitter and notice that you don't follow Elon Musk, but his tweets are always right at the top of your home feed?
If I'm in Twitter, I'm going to the bell as fast as I can, or the little mail icon.
Speaking of Tesla, apparently they are discontinuing the full-out purchase of full self-driving before they ever actually delivered it. Absolutely brilliant.
Big
Yep.
Tesla moment.
Elon Musk announced that on February 14th, Tesla full self-driving will only be available as a monthly subscription instead of allowing people to purchase it outright. Currently, the full self-driving package costs $8,000 and the monthly subscription is $100 a month. That means that if you subscribe for 6 years and 8 months, it will cost you more than paying the $8,000 outright, which honestly sounds like an awful long time.
Seems not as bad.
Yeah, the subscription, well, okay. It's all relative, right? Compared to
It would
paying,
be terrible for me.
compared to paying $8,000 for a beta, paying less than $8,000 for just 4 years of a beta, I guess, is
It's not as
Like, it's just-
egregious as I expected, but I'm trying to think, like, if I look at my car, my car
Yeah.
came out in 2009. If you wanted this thing to still have full self-driving, it's completely fine.
yeah.
You'd still be paying $100 a month. That sucks. I'd obviously way rather buy that up front. It's a boil the frog move. Yeah, I get that. My thing is most boil the frog things don't take 6 years and 8 months. I am a little surprised.
No,
It's-
meaning boil the frog in terms of like changing the pricing over time because it's not going to be $100 a month forever.
Okay.
We're intended to see this
I
change
see.
and go, well, that's not actually that bad compared to charging you $8,000 for a beta product anyway, which is like obviously a sort of it's it's almost like a bad faith comparison. It's like, yeah, it's not that bad compared to genocide. And it's like, well, right, yeah, but like that was already not good. So you put the bar here and then went, yay, I cleared it. And it will probably get worse. Elijah quipped here, this is his topic, full self-driving doesn't even work as promised, and he's already taking away the ability to purchase it. LMAO. Yeah, that's pretty rough, man. I gotta say, I've been really enjoying my time with the Comma AI when it works great.
Are you still doing that?
I've had issues with it lately, so I haven't been using it lately. The update that it was on when I first started my daily driving, literally, the Comma AI advanced driver assist thing in that Toyota Corolla. We did the part 1 video, and then the part 2 video where I use it for an extended period of time is still pending. I got a software update on it that made it stop getting to speed.
Can you roll back?
I don't know. I haven't actually looked into that. And from my point of view, should I have to do that? It is a pretty... See, that's always a question I ask myself. Like with something like an iPhone, if there's like some hacky way to roll back to a previous iOS or something, I go, no, that's not the iPhone experience. That's not representative. I wouldn't do it, even if I could. For something like this, I think that argument falls apart a little bit. I think that this is clearly a hacky product for early adopters. And
yeah,
if
like
there's
the founder of that company, I feel like would embrace that type of mentality.
However, it also just does like seamless OTA updates and just like works seamlessly. So if that's the case, and it even offers like 2 different versions that you can activate, the more experimental branch and the stable branch. So when both, and the stable branch, to be clear, gets up to speed better, but it doesn't do red light detection or stop sign detection, which I was really enjoying and really liked. So I want to use the experimental branch, and also I have a second car that I can just drive when it's not working properly. Yeah. So the friction around using it got a lot higher because I just don't find it as useful when it's basically just radar cruise control. Sorry, this is becoming a very long, rambly way to say, I think I could without compromising the integrity of that video, but also I don't want to. I don't think I should have to.
You said you have another car. Can you just drive that car without using it?
I can, but like, why?
No, I hear you. I'm just saying if this was a normal consumer.
100%. You could just not turn it on. But in my mind, if something is like kludgy enough that I don't want to turn it on, then I'm going to have a real hard time recommending somebody spend $1,000 on it.
For sure. Right? I was just trying to figure out like how debilitating is this for a normal user?
No, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks because it was working so well and then it stopped working so well.
Totally.
And I don't think anybody likes that when that happens, right? So I think they have new hardware. So what we're planning right now is to expand this video to be daily driving the 1st gen hardware and also trying the 2nd gen hardware. But maybe that should be 2 videos. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. You know what? I'll get with Jordan when we get back to the office and we'll kind of chat through what the plan for it is. But that to me, sorry, where I was going with this is I would much rather just throw a comma, assuming that they continue to make the kind of progress that they have in my Tesla and have it do, I wouldn't say 90%, but in fact, I'm not going to give a percentage because I haven't daily driven a Tesla with full self-driving. And maybe, and I was thinking, like I was really enjoying the comma. Maybe that's the next thing that I should try is I should borrow a Tesla and just, subscribe to the package for a little bit and try daily driving that. Maybe it'll totally change my mind about it. Maybe I'll say, yeah, the marketing is BS. And I, don't love a lot of the things that the company does, but this is totally worth $100 a month if you have this kind of a commute. I'm open to having my mind changed. Pondcracker says, please no. What do you mean, guys, please know what? I'm like, if something is good, my job is to say it's good. And also here's all the things that are, really destructive about the attitude of this company or whatever the case may be. But for me to just put my hands over my ears and close my eyes and go la 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 la, this thing doesn't exist. That's not constructive. That's not my job, right? My job is to whether I like it or not, I mean, I took a ton of flack.
This is great. I still wouldn't buy one XYZ reasons.
Yeah, I took a ton of flack for the DLSS 4.5 video that I made at CES. Linus shield, Linus paid by NVIDIA confirmed, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. He didn't even move the character. So the reason I didn't move the character in Black Myth Wukong was because they had spent a bunch of time getting the side-by-sides in exactly the same spot. You're 100% allowed to move the camera, and they had another demo right next to it where you could move the character to your heart's content because they didn't have it just set up nicely side by side. But I took a ton of flack for saying that DLSS 4.5 is really good because there is a subset of the audience that just does not want to hear it. They don't want to know. They want real frames, and they don't want upscaling. And it's just like, but what's the benefit of that?
Of the frames or of not wanting to know?
Of not wanting to know.
Yeah, knowledge is always worth it, even
Yeah.
if it's uncomfortable or painful.
You can decide
I would
that
still rather know things.
you can decide you don't like it and you cannot buy it. But shouldn't you make that decision fully informed? I think so.
Sometimes you need to peer into the darkness, even if it sucks.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, knowing's always better. 100% agree, Pixel Cat. And my personal take on it is not the be all and end all either, which is why we always say it's so important to get multiple takes. Someone else might look at DLSS 4.5 and go, I don't like it. It might be closer to ground truth, so that like super highly sampled image that NVIDIA is training on. It might be closer to that, but here are these aspects of it that I actually don't like, or I find it over sharpened. I prefer TAA. Maybe someone somewhere prefers the TAA look, right? I've had people tell me that they liked running their LCD at a non-native resolution because they liked the sort of the free anti-aliasing.
Huh.
I mean, that's the thing, right? And that's their opinion. That's their perception of it. And we can measure, we can measure how many FPS it is, and we can measure the sharpness of the image against a reference image and how it's like supposed to look according to the artist's intent. I mean, it's the same thing with TV settings. People turn on their vibrant mode, they turn on the motion smoothing. We can objectively say that it's not as close to the artist's intent, but if somebody likes it, well, then they like it. Dan says we ask them politely but firmly to leave. No.
It's like King of the Hill. King of the Hill quote.
Energy, that's wild. Yeah, the first thing I did when I was watching the broadcast of The Tonight Show last night was reconfigure my hotel TV. Put it in filmmaker mode. Filmmaker mode is like low-key one of the greatest innovations in the tech industry in the last 10 years.
I'm so out of touch with TVs.
Oh, filmmaker mode
My
is
TV's
just...
been in a bag for 4 months.
It's a one button, turn off all the BS.
Oh,
Pretty much. The only thing that I tune after I put on filmmaker mode is I will usually set it to a neutral color temperature because I don't like the super warm look of like the filmmaker mode. They typically go like warm 1 or even warm 2, which is very yellow to my eye, and I really prefer a more neutral color temperature. I love filmmaker mode.
that's cool.
Stinky Toby says my 2160p monitor is almost always working as a 1440p screen. They're out there, guys. And that's not even that crazy. I mean, I remember having a conversation with someone. Was it you? Do you remember back when LG launched their first 5K display?
Vaguely.
Yeah, so it was weird because it ran at 5K over Thunderbolt on Mac because Apple had done some really cool engineering around their Thunderbolt ports. So they had like linked in multiple DisplayPort links or something like that so that they could effectively do like was it like a multi-tile thing? I don't remember exactly how they did it, but essentially they had more lanes so that they could drive 5K 60 Hz before anyone else could off of their Thunderbolt ports. And so when you plugged it into a PC, it only ran at 4K 60. And I remember, I forget who I was talking to, but I remember having a conversation with someone going like, we're at the point now where this pixel density is so high that I can run it at a non-native resolution and like, I don't even care, because I think it was a 27-inch monitor at, at 5K or something like that. And so, running a 4K display, assuming it's like a relatively small one at 1440p, I wouldn't call it free anti-aliasing. That I can't get behind, but I would say that it's really not that bad. But when I was telling the story earlier, I wasn't talking about that.
You said back in the day, you said LCD screens. You're probably talking.
I was talking like 1080p at like 720p, which is but it's not good. McDouglas, no. 1440p is not 2K. Okay, this is something that I also, like McDouglas, get very triggered about. 2K is the cinema version of 1080p. It is 2048 by 1080. So it is nearly the same resolution as 1080p. So 1920 by 1080. It's just slightly wider, ever so slightly wider. If you want to have a K for 1440p, it would be 2.5K, because the K is how many pixels wide and the P is how many pixels extended. Embiggened? Tall.
Embiggened. I like that. Pumped.
So it would be 720p, 1080p, 1440p, 2160p, right? Or it would be whatever, 1.2K, right? It would be 2K, 2.5K, 4K. But it is worth noting that the Ks technically are different resolutions. So 4K as well is actually not 3840 by 2160, which is 2160p. 4K is actually 4096 by 2160. But I think I only ever saw like 2 monitors that used that resolution, the slightly wider cinema resolution. So we've kind of stolen the K naming, even though we're running into problems now because 8K is like 7632 by 42 something. I can't, 42, whatever, 40 something. So the point is, it's like 7.6K. Like it's kind of like when we used to round hard drive capacities and especially memory. And we reached the point where like 64 gigs of memory has so much more in it that it's like the first 2 digits are not 64 anymore, and it's like kind of a problem. Yeah. Is it 64? I know there's a point where they don't actually, like, the approximation is not actually approximate good enough anymore. Bit of Bit says a lot of TVs use proper 4K. Very few. I don't know that I've ever actually seen a TV. You'll get ones that will display the 4K resolution to your GPU, so they will allow you to output it. And I would imagine that's just because TVs are meant to be used in a more cinema kind of environment. I like, or to be hooked up to more production type equipment. But in terms of how many physical pixels they have on them, they've got 3840 by 2160 if we're talking consumer TVs.
Talking about consuming, shall we talk about some CW stuff?
Oh, yeah, sure. We can talk about that. Dan, can they hear your voice? Or
yes, they can.
Are we talking to a ghost? Okay, cool. That works. Where do I find that? Oh,
top.
God. Oh, it's at the top.
It's in that doc.
If you want to hide something from me, you just put it in the most obvious place. I will never find it. Oh, this is fun. Wait, how are we going to show people anything?
I have them because there's cameras here.
Yay! Okay. The Cat Tips collection just got bigger. We're releasing 3 new Linus Cat Tips desk pads in aqua, black and white, each with cats laying on the edges doing cat things. Same great quality as our other desk pads, so they don't slip around, they feel great, they track great, they have anti-fray edges, and they hold up awesome for everyday use, but now just so adorable and cat-like. But
These are awesome.
there's more. We also have 3 new pins that are part of the Linus Cat Tips collection: the Calico laptop, the Orange Cat and Mouse, and the Gray Cat PC Perch. Classic LTT store naming. The title of the product is exactly what it is.
Gray Cat PC Perch.
Yep. They're adorable on bags, jackets, or a corkboard, and they let people know that you love both premium tech tips and top-tier cat tips. You can shop the collection at lmg.gg/cat tips.
They are so cute. They are so cute.
There's also
cute.
onesies.
Yeah, we launched the onesies before, though, right? Or are those new?
These,
Is that new?
I don't feel like I've seen these designs before.
Okay.
Specifically with the cat and sitting on the computer and stuff.
Okay. Dan, can you show them the onesie as well?
Yes.
And
I
there's
can.
underwear too. I thought I had seen these pictures before, but I don't remember actually seeing the cat print.
It's hard for me to remember because I see them in the concept stage digitally, and then I see them in fabric strike-offs, and then I see them in physical samples, and then I see them on the store.
I know we've for sure seen the Game On underwear before, or onesie before.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've seen the Pixel Perfect stuff before.
All right, Dan, make sure you show the people all the things. These desk pads are freaking awesome. The onesie is super cute. And the underwear is the same high quality underwear you guys know and love, but now with more cat. All right.
How
What do
about?
you want us to do, Dan?
Well, what's a merch message? What happens if you buy something at the store?
Oh, right. Merch messages. So if you're happening to pick up some of these stuff, or if you want to interact with the show, we don't do Twitch bits, we don't do super chats, we do merch messages. We believe here at LMG/Floatplane /Creator Warehouse / whatever other companies we have going on right now, that when you throw money at your screen, you should get something in return. In our case, high quality merchandise. So all you got to do to send a merch message into the show is add something to your cart on LTTStore.com, like maybe a new desk pad or some fancy pins for your LTT backpack, and then you will see a little drop down that you can expand to send a merch message. You can send it anonymously, or you can send your name, and you will go to producer Dan, who I assume will put himself up for a second and wave. Cool. I assume he's doing that because I don't actually have the preview of the Yep.
But it just shows.
Can't see what he's doing. Cool. Good chat. Anyway, the point is it'll go to producer Dan, who will flash it up on the screen if you have a shout out for someone, or who will reply to it himself, or who might curate your merch message for me and Luke to reply to. So why don't we do a couple merch messages and show the people how it works?
Yeah, sure. First one up here is actually cat related. Did you decide yet if the tech house will get a cat, and how would you name it?
I would love for the tech house to have a cat, but I also do recognize that cats are more about maintenance than actually getting a pest problem under control if it's a serious one. And I also, having lost a couple of cats that were outdoor cats to something, you never know. Stolen, eaten, run over, who knows, right? I microchip and tattoo all my pets, but it just seems like it's too much work for people to scan the back of the neck for a microchip and call you and let you know your cat's dead or whatever. I don't know. I haven't had great experiences with it over the years. I don't think I'd be super comfortable with it being an outdoor cat, but I don't see how we could have an indoor cat at a house that we aren't living at and at regularly. So if there's a way for us to do it, then great. But if there's no way for us to do it, then there's just no way for us to do it, and we'll just hire a pest control service and deal with the rodent infestation that way.
Hi, DLL. Attending my first Whale LAN this February. Super excited.
Nice.
However, I don't really know what to expect. Can you give me an idea of what it'll be like?
Well, I don't know if you've been to a general LAN party before, but it's not 100% like that. We try to do a bit more of a guided experience.
We try.
There's oftentimes like a theme of what people might be doing.
And sometimes they do the theme and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
We want to get toward
It's a progressing event. We're moving towards more of a kind of guided experience.
more participation or more like activations for you to
Stations.
just go and do, regardless of what kind of computer you have or what games you own, because those are major obstacles at pretty much every LAN that I've ever been to. I don't have this game. I don't have a computer that can run this game.
We find that a lot of people end up going to LANs and then sitting at their computer alone, scrolling. Back in the day, the meme was scrolling Facebook, but like scrolling.
I thought the meme was playing WoW, because that was.
Oh no, I was going to say that as well. But like, so there was either like sit on some social platform that you just brain rot on when you're at home, or play some game alone that you just play alone at home. And the meme was always WoW. So it's like. It's one of those two things. So what we're trying to defeat is that cycle. And one of the ways that you can do that is actually kind of taking the personal computer part out of the LAN, which is a little bit weird. But if you walk up to a section of, take it for a bit.
For a while.
Yeah. If you walk up to a section that is, 10 computers, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side facing each other, and there's 4 different games installed, and they're all 5v5 games, and in line waiting to go sit there, which doesn't take way too long. You can chat with the people in line and form up 2 teams of 5, try to find some balance in there, pick which game you're going to play. When you sit down, you all just actually lock in, play that game to whatever state of completion, and then go out and go do something else, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because doing that properly, even like a few times at a LAN, is often very difficult.
Yeah.
But with this setup, which again we're not fully ready for, but we're moving towards it, it gets significantly more natural.
We want to lower the friction. So I had a setup at the last one that was a big projector with 5v5 tape to tape.
Yeah.
So it's like a top-down hockey game that is an absolute blast with a full, because to my knowledge, and maybe I'm missing something here, but to my knowledge, no one's ever done a full humans versus humans local hockey game before.
Full, I seriously doubt because of goalies.
Well,
But even if you don't include goalies, probably not.
like, is anyone aware of this? I don't see anyone in chat who knows of a game like that. Yeah, I did it online. Yeah, online, but like 10 people abreast on a couch, like going at it in a no, I don't think that's an experience that is
Yeah, we've had
easy to
quite
have.
a few, but not the whole set.
So-
and yes, it's really not.
So we want to move towards experiences that are not that easy to have
Yes.
on your own. And I saw someone's comment that it sounds like a fascist LAN and defeats the purpose of a LAN. And it's like
It's
that's
like literally the opposite.
that's
in my opinion.
totally cool if you are not into that. And what makes it not fascism is that you could go to a different LAN.
And
that's-
like we're trying to accentuate the idea of the benefits of being in person.
yeah, because
Not the other way around.
if you're there in person, I assume that the goal in some recess of your mind was to make a human connection. And if you don't want to do that, that's totally cool. And if you want to scroll Facebook or solo, something in WoW or whatever, there's
Me
like
fixing.
so many other places that you could do that. And you're so welcome to do that in those other places. But the goal is to turn Whale LAN into something that is more like an event that encourages active participation. It was always the ones that I ended up having the most fun at, even if it wasn't the activity that I personally gravitated towards either.
Yeah. One thing, Dan, is did the camera or anything get worse?
Like eating your socialization
I got it.
vegetables.
My,
You know?
No, my laptop's in battery saver mode.
Oh God. And
Is it all good?
mine won't even
Oh, maybe
charge
that's
for
why
some reason.
Maybe that's why it dipped.
Okay, in that case, just take this back, and maybe I just don't have a laptop for the rest of the show. Solid.
Well, what happened, Dan?
It probably just dropped you from the scene that I had. But you didn't lose audio or anything.
Oh wait, no. I think
I
my
am
wife
now
is
plugged in
sleeping.
again.
Hey Sammy, do you have a? Oh, were you sleeping?
No.
It's okay if you were.
No, I wasn't. What's up?
It's-
You see because my eyes are small?
That was the most. Yeah, I was sleeping, but I don't want to say anything. Answer I've like ever heard.
It's okay if you were
Red's
sleeping.
gonna do with that one.
I don't care. I'm not judging
Were you
you.
sleep? Oh no, man. What's up, dude?
I was just
You
resting my
have a-
eyes.
My eyes are just.
Do you have a fat power brick? By any chance that I could borrow?
If I throw it, you can catch it.
Yeah, I can catch it.
Okay.
Overhand, underhand. Buddy's about to throw this frickin' thing at me overhead.
That was crazy.
You could have caught it. Don't be baby.
You can just slide it over.
Kids today, man.
No, that works.
Anyway, all right, so let's plug that in, and then I will need yet another cable. Thankfully, I brought a bunch of LTT cables. No, I got more cables. Don't even worry.
This WAN show powered by LTT cables. Both laptops are powered by LTT cables. The mic's plugged in with an LTT cable. The camera's plugged in with an LTT cable. The light's plugged in with an LTT cable.
And how reliable have the cables been?
It's been going great. This is a genuine interaction that happened before the show, but I was having issues with my Elgato microphone here and was like, this isn't going to change anything, but I'm just going to do it anyways, and plugged it in with an LTT cable and it worked. That is probably just because the other cable was busted,
Live unboxing
but
of
It did
LTT
happen.
cable. Yeah,
oh, the box is kind of nice.
yeah, right.
Is that a super long one?
2 meters.
Yeah, it's pretty long. So it kind of fills the box.
Yeah, buddy. So they come with a little cable tie, as you might expect. Got a little LTT on there. Yeah.
Question
there
for you.
go.
I've noticed cables ship with the caps on the ends, but no
Yes.
one keeps the caps on the ends once they're out in the wild.
Yeah, I know. I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't, remember, these are going to be shipping by sea. They will be sitting on the ocean for weeks at a time. It's kind of like the plastic bags on the backpacks. So inside the box, they have to be in a plastic bag. And I have gone back and forth with everyone who could possibly help me achieve some other solution multiple times. And the answer is they need to be in plastic bags because they're going to sit on the ocean, and that's just how it works.
Got it.
And I'm like, okay, salt and corrosion and nasty and potential container leakage, and just, they're like, yep, it's just not worth it. Keep it wrapped for protection.
It's good advice.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just plain and simple. Anyway, the cables are coming soon. And right, so I wanted to talk about the issue that you were having with the Elgato. We have a full video coming for the launch of the LTT cables in the next little while here. And we get into this in a little bit more depth, but you may not realize how many of the cables in your life work, but
Yeah, this is interesting.
would fail a cable signal integrity
Because
test.
this cable that I was using to attempt to use the microphone with, I've been using to charge my phone for the last at least 3 or 4 days.
Yep. And so we discovered when we were going through, I think it ended up being over 24 potential partners for our cables. We ended up finding that, yeah, well, oh man, how do I say this without, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but basically we went through dozens of partners, and until we found the one that we were partnered with, every single one of them managed to submit cables for our evaluation that might work, but would fail a signal integrity test or some kind of aspect of our cable testing. And when one would fail, see, one bad cable, that's not the end of the world. Every manufacturer makes a dud once in a while. But when we found one that failed, like the 6-foot USB C to A or A to C or C to C or whatever, like a particular variant, usually it was that entire batch, all of the cables of that type that also failed.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a problem for us. That's not gonna fly for us.
Yeah, this one, like this cable that failed for me is some random generic that has no strain relief on the end and has been shoved into my pocket for a long time. So it's like, whatever.
And people probably don't realize how many of the cables in their lives work, because most of those cables would still work when you plug them into things, but are relying on USB's built-in error correction in order to function. So you might not be getting the maximum speed, or you might be running into reliability problems that you blame on your devices, but are actually down to your working cable that works fine on this device, not working fine on another device that uses a different USB controller and is maybe not as resilient to the types of signal integrity issues that the cable's causing. So we've learned a lot about cables. I think this project took a total of 4 years.
Oof.
Yeah. We probably could have done it faster, but we learned a lot about everything from just like supply chain to certifications to standards to quality. Just everything seems simple until you try to do it at scale with quality, and you have to like stand behind it with a warranty and that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, no, it's not simple. Nothing's simple. Everything's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Yeah, gotta love it.
Where are we at now, Dan?
More
What do we need
topics.
to do? More topics.
Okay, well, Luke's on topics because my laptop reached such a low state of discharge that it will still not
Like,
turn on.
unhappy about turning on.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Another thing that's unhappy is Meta lays off more than 1,000 employees from Metaverse division. Very cool to name your company after that. Maybe you should call your company Smart
Facebook.
Glasses or something. Face Glasses. They also shuttered 3 VR studios.
Where else would you put glasses?
Good question. Meta's VR division, one for only Zuckerberg himself, I believe. Meta's VR division, Reality Labs, has laid off over 1,000 people.
Wow.
In an internal memo, Meta CEO Andrew Bosworth said Meta will refocus on its metaverse efforts on other products in the future, such as wearables.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I suspect that means reassigning developers, but who knows? Reality Labs has lost more than $70 billion since 2021, according to Engadget. The 3 VR studios that have closed are Armature, who ported RE4 to the Quest, a Resident Evil 4, Sanzaru, who made Asgard's Wrath, and Twisted Pixel, who released Marvel's Deadpool VR. It just says released. Don't know if they made it. Meta claims internally that it remains committed to supporting the games industry. Just not to the tune of losing $70 billion in 5 years, I guess. That makes sense. Discussion question. How many hungry children can $70 billion feed?
I legitimately don't know, but it sounds like a lot.
I suspect quite a few.
It's
It's not really how that works, but
yeah, it's not really how that works.
Yeah.
I do understand.
you kind of have to try things as a company.
Yeah.
I did meme on them very much when they were going down this route, and I think everyone did. And renaming the company Meta was hilarious,
It was
and
so
still
funny.
is hilarious.
It's still funny today.
But yeah, yeah. And I'm not surprised they're saying like we're refocusing the metaverse efforts on other products in the future, such as wearables, because their wearables, like nobody seems to be able to touch them, which is wild.
Oh yeah, dude, have you seen like the video quality off of their glasses?
It's nuts.
It's insane for like how big it is.
Yeah.
Like it's so good that I kind of wish their phone hadn't sputtered and failed. Not that I would ever want to use a Meta phone.
Yeah.
But just their camera is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, dude. They seem to be kind of. I guess when you just have. Where am I going with this? Like they have so much money to put into just making technology that it seems like in the long term they kind of can't fail too hard. But like,
Have you ever
totally
heard of a company
can.
called Microsoft?
I mean, well, Microsoft is only like the second most valuable company in the world right now. So
Yeah, but their hardware launches historically
oh yeah,
are just garbage.
I mean, they've had some really cool hardware.
They have had some very cool hardware.
They've made some very questionable choices. How much would you love to see Microsoft come back to like gaming mice? That'd be pretty cool.
That was a really legendary mouse.
Oh yeah.
Like extremely. So it was very coveted by StarCraft
The one with
players.
like the little red thing at the back, like that original. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean I really liked what's it called, the Zune? I actually really liked that. I never had one, but I had the software. And the software was actually just awesome. I really liked it. There's been cool Microsoft stuff. They just like, I don't know, they don't seem to be able to figure it out. I can't like what hardware right now, other than like Xbox controllers specifically, and even then they're starting to get lapped on by the aftermarket.
Oh, dude. Little brother controllers are the new big brother controllers.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
some of those, I was just.
But I think we have to
Yeah.
admit that they had dominance on like amazing controllers
That were just usable and just worked.
yes
for
for
a
a
long
very
time.
long time. Yeah.
On the PC side anyway.
So they kind of dunked in regards to controllers, but outside of that, like what hardware stuff have they launched that has actually done well long term? They've effectively lost the console race at this point.
Yeah, Surface
Like they're
just seems
basically
to be,
out.
Surface seems to be a low priority now.
Yep.
Kind of shadow of itself. They've gone back to just.
It was like it felt like Surface was gonna really be a thing there for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it feels like they lost focus and it is fading again. Windows Phone disappeared. Zune was fantastic, but disappeared. Lynx, I thought that was a software thing, but okay.
No, wasn't that like their conferencing stuff?
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was hardware associated with it, if I recall correctly.
Sure. Lynx is a tablet? Okay, sure.
Oh,
the,
okay.
the Surface thing, the like really, really cool art product that they made, if you remember that?
Oh,
The like all-in-one
yep.
computer
Yep, the
that had
AIO.
the cool...
That was actually
It was
exactly...
a very cool product.
That was exactly the product that I was thinking about when I said questionable choices.
Yeah.
Because they went with like a last-gen mobile GPU or something like that.
The
if I
hardware in it
recall.
was super dumb.
Yeah,
But the screen and that dial thing that they had was so cool.
very cool.
So cool. Zune, it was horrible. I don't know. Every single person I know that had one loved it,
yeah.
and the software was amazing.
I had a Zune
Elijah says
HD.
HoloLens.
Incredible.
Yeah, like I think people really liked the Zune. I think saying that you hate it was horrible is actually a very unpopular opinion. It just didn't sell super well because everyone wanted an iPod. Yeah, everyone in chat saying they loved their Zune.
Which doesn't mean that you were not allowed to not like it. You don't.
No, for sure.
Like
I think it's just not like I don't think that's why I don't think it died because it was bad. I think it died because iPod existed and the whole world was like, "Oh my god, iPods are amazing. We're just going to buy iPods."
I just love white earphones.
But like actually, Apple's always just been super fashionable. Yeah.
It's kind of incredible how they managed to do that because over this span of time, just about like, can you imagine if Fubu still had the cultural appeal that they had, back in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
like Apple did? Like, like you think about just like, is there anything else that back when the iPod was cool still has the same relevance today that an Apple, earphone or an Apple iPhone does?
I feel like Apple relevance dipped there for a little bit.
I said Fubu. It was like a fashion brand.
Yeah. It was still higher than everything else, but I feel like it dipped there for a little bit, and these days is like screaming back somehow.
What, Fubu?
No, Apple.
Oh.
Apple fashionable. How fashionable Apple stuff is these days. Like the whole phone thing, where you're just like actually not cool or accepted if you don't have an iPhone, is like pretty intense. It wasn't that crazy all that long ago.
Hold
Are
on.
they just like gone?
I think they might just be gone.
That's crazy.
What the heck is Fubu? It sounds like a streaming service.
It kind of does.
Fubu is like 6th grade. Nice. Nice. Solid.
What the?
Oh, okay. There's an Instagram with 2,000 posts. New 2026 collection coming soon. Yeah,
It looks-
it's apparently still a thing. No, I'm not logging in, but like,
All right.
yeah.
It looks very old. It looks like they're making the same stuff.
I don't know. I think,
Yeah.
I don't know. No comment. Cool. Do you want to do some more topics?
Yeah.
How about
42 befuddled Amazon customers bamboozled by $999 RTX 5090 scam were sent fanny packs instead.
nice?
What? A bunch of Amazon shoppers, 42 according to Tom's Hardware, bought what looked like a $999 RTX 5090 GPU deal from a third-party seller's listing on Amazon, way below typical prices, which are climbing as you might expect. When the packages arrived, they didn't contain GPUs at all. Buyers reported receiving fanny packs or other cheap items instead of RTX 5090s.
Can I jump in for a moment? We have an Irish lady on our fashion team
Okay.
who every time we discuss the idea of releasing a fanny pack
I can imagine where.
bursts out laughing because she, as she later informed us, fanny has an extremely different meaning in Irish slang.
Yeah.
And just the idea of us, a tech, sort of YouTube channel merch retailer, releasing a pack that has anything to do with a lady's fanny. Tickled her sense of humor. Anyway, sorry, carry on. This is not that. This is the kind that goes on your bum, which is what fanny means here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seller, Fitters Niche Direct, had a high rating and used Amazon's fulfillment system, which made the scam look legit and kept the listing up even after complaints had started. The Tom's Hardware article wondered, did the seller succumb to the lure of quick profits during a high demand frenzy for graphics cards, or was the account compromised by a third party, turning a once reputable storefront into a scam operation overnight? Regardless, people are now
both.
stuck disputing refunds with Amazon and warning others that suspiciously cheap 5090 listings can be outright scams. I try to avoid Amazon when I can, but even if you go to a lot of other stores these days, they're still like marketplaces. Like Best Buy is a marketplace when you shop online. It can
Yep.
be from other sellers.
Everything's a marketplace.
And I
Marketplace, all the things.
tend to just not engage with that at all.
I don't like it.
If it's not literally from the brand of the store that I'm visiting, I would kind of just rather not. What's happening?
Oh.
Nothing.
It's just because I don't know. I'm sure this really doesn't happen that often. I'm sure it's usually fine, but I just like to avoid it if I can.
If it's fulfilled by the retailer,
It's usually a pretty good sign.
then it's usually fine.
Yeah.
But it's usually not a good deal because, as we've experienced, the selling fees and fulfillment fees that these marketplaces charge to third parties are so high that the economics of it just usually don't make any sense for
Yeah.
those third parties. So it's, I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
Is the bottom line.
Yeah.
And the shipping costs are often so much higher that any deal that you're getting on the actual purchase price of the item is offset by the shipping being, in some cases, like $150 or whatever. So they're luring you in with a price that's $50 cheaper, but then they're making it up on the shipping realistically. And to be clear, there are situations where shipping is just expensive. I know we have a lot of people that get after us about shipping from LTT Store, for instance, but You can usually tell.
Sorry. What? One of the discussion questions is, what is the worst you've ever been ripped off? And then in brackets it says, as a youth, I once accidentally bought drugs downtown when I thought I was giving someone change for a $50 bill.
What? Who is this? Oh, okay. One of our new guys. I feel like that's a story that I really need to hear in more detail.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. I read that in the brackets. It's just like, what? Oh, man.
But then if they gave you the money, how did you buy the drugs? I think I've told the story of the worst time I got ripped off. I cashed a check for someone in person. I went to the bank and withdrew money and gave it to them, and they gave me the check and endorsed it, and I put it in my account, and it turned out to be a fake check. I was trusting and naive, and I've since learned that people are garbage and not to trust them at all.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish I didn't have to learn that.
It sucks.
I wish I didn't have to learn that. I wish that me falling for that was not me being stupid. I wish that that was a bizarre exception that like shouldn't have happened to anyone, and but unfortunately that's not the society that we live in. I was young, and it was like a couple $100 or a few hundred. It was like a lot of money for me at the time. Sucks. Oh, YN Co. in Floatplane chat knows a thing or two about drug dealing and says, fake bills. Drugs are folded inside. So the fake bill amount is how much it sells for.
Danny, you there?
I'm here. We're good.
Okay.
Interesting. That's actually like super smart. Change for a 50, and then you give them $50, and they give you a wrapper with drugs in it.
Yeah.
And, why do one crime of dealing drugs when you could do two crimes of also counterfeiting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, could you get away with, like, if you bought prop money?
Maybe.
Could you get away with it because it's just prop money?
Maybe.
It's like you're not allowed to sell food, but you can sell paper towels. So it just comes with a sandwich.
Dude, yeah, there's some weird stuff with things like that.
Really?
Like when some venues they'll be like, okay, you can't sell outside food, but they'll be like, okay, well we're selling you napkins, and the napkin is $20, and if you buy the napkin, it comes with a hot dog and a bottle of water for free.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah, places do it like it's a thing.
I respect it.
It's not very common, but
I respect the hustle.
You probably won't be invited back to that venue.
Right, yeah. That makes sense.
Anyways, next one.
Wikipedia has signed AI training deals with Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting this. I can see, sorry, maybe I should go through the thing first, but I'm going to just talk about it first, and we'll see how it goes from there. I can see why they would do this, because realistically, they're all going to train off of it anyway, so they might as well be paid, and Wikipedia as an organization might as well be sustainable.
I'm skipping to the end here, but I think this quote is good to go now. The last note we have on here is, here's a good Jimmy Wales quote. I wouldn't really want to use an AI that's trained only on X. A very angry AI, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I think what they're saying is, like, if we have good data and this stuff is just going to be a thing anyways, maybe we should help them use the good data so it's not as bad.
Well, let's walk through it. So they've struck licensing deals with major tech companies, including Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Perplexity, and Mistral, to give them paid access to Wikipedia's huge library of articles for training AI models. The Wikimedia Foundation has not publicly shared the financial terms or exact amounts involved. This is a shift from scraping to commercial access, and these deals let companies use Wikipedia content through Wikimedia's Enterprise API at high speeds and volumes, replacing the old practice of pulling data off of the free site. The foundation hopes that the revenue that these AI partnerships creates will help cover rising server and infrastructure costs that are at least partially driven by AI data scrapers. Wikipedia's co-founder, Jimmy Wales, says he likes that AI models train on human-curated content and sees working with AI firms as being better than blocking them as long as they help sustain the site. So, which is essentially pretty much what I said then.
Yeah. Which, like, I think this is someone taking a positive take to something that sucks. But you know what? I can respect that.
If you were a Wikipedia contributor, though, you're not paid, at least the vast majority are not paid. How would you feel about donating your labor to Wikipedia now that your work is at least indirectly fueling commercial AI products?
I genuinely would bet on the idea that at least some contributors will bail.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Some people are very militant about AI and AI usage and AI training.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that.
That being said, at the top of every page in Wikipedia forever has been like, please, my goodness, donate. It's a site that gets a lot of usage, a lot of data flows through it. They need money. As far as my understanding goes, they don't need money as bad as it seems all the time. But still, they need funding. If this helps, that's neat. Like you said, they're going to get scraped anyways, for sure. Guaranteed already has been.
Mr. GF says, can they remove the donate banners now? I guarantee you they won't.
They won't.
Because even if they could, if I were them, I wouldn't. I would keep it, and I would build a bigger war chest, because this AI bubble is going to either pop or significantly recede, and they're not going to want to like suddenly have to go back to being donation dependent and have people be out of the habit of seeing it and get all riled up about it again. I would see them just continuing, staying the course. Maybe they don't push it quite as aggressively if they don't need to, but I don't see them changing that at all. When Bingo asks, would you be open to having LinusTechTips.com scraped to have AI give better tech help? I mean, they already do.
LTTLabs.com already gets scraped out the frickin' butt. What is it? Like, oh man. Oh, I wasn't ready for this. There's two different services that are like very well-known public things that are like laying people off and slowly shutting doors because they can provably track that AI usage is just like literally destroying their companies. I don't remember. I know. Oh man, Dan will know this immediately. Yeah, Tailwind. There we go. Of course, Dan Floatplane guy knows Tailwind. So Tailwind, that's a thing because when you're doing AI assisted coding, it's just doing it for you. So like, you don't need to use their service anymore. So they've had to do like big layoffs and don't know if they'll be able to exist much longer.
Really?
And then Stack Overflow. There we go. Oh my God, of course someone said it. Stack Overflow is showing that their traffic is just like plummeting at a time where like more people than basically ever are doing like amateur coding because of being able to code with LLMs.
Right.
Stack Overflow is going way down. You would expect the opposite, but they're doing with LLM support instead of searching through Q&A article things on Stack Overflow. It's been wild.
Oh, Conrad in Floatplane chat says AI is really, really good at Tailwind. So if your AI is writing Tailwind, you don't need to view their docs, which is where Tailwind pushes their monetization. I see. Yeah, that's the thing about disruptive technologies, is that the disruption is not equitable.
Yeah.
And not always positive in the long term. Yuri Cornell says apparently Stack Overflow's usage is basically back where it started over 10 years ago. That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay. All right. I had actually wanted to do sponsors, Dan, but
Yeah,
apparently
I
we
also
are
want to
not
do
doing that.
sponsors. Let's just do sponsors. I'll deal with this.
We're gonna do sponsors, and
Yeah.
we'll take that Teams call another time. I can
Yeah, I'm just going to hang up on them. Okay, bye.
Got him. Okay, the show is brought to you today by Vessi. The longest, darkest day of the year is behind us. But until a magical groundhog in Pennsylvania says otherwise, there's still plenty of winter left. But thanks to our sponsor Vessi, the winter weather doesn't need to stop you from enjoying the outdoors. As always, Vessi claims their shoes are 100% waterproof, and their Ultra high tops are no exception. Whether you're out in the woods or taking a break in a warm coffee shop, they are perfect for any occasion. The fleece interior is bound to keep your toesies cozies without compromising breathability, and everything comes with a 1-year warranty and 30-day hassle-free return policy. New year, new shoes. Grab yourself a pair of Ultra high tops at vessi.com/WAN. Show. Sorry, vessi.com, whatever. Just get the QR code. Oh, that's hilarious. Dan reversed the camera so that we'll be on the correct side today. So I have to twice mirror my movements, and there's a big delay. Anyway, the point is, click the QR code to get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping on orders over $110. The show is brought to you by another classic LTT sponsor, Squarespace. When you're starting a business or passion project, you need a place to send potential customers and followers, and Squarespace can help. Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform, and now you can use their design intelligence tool to help personalize your website to truly match your brand's image. Just punch in the name of your brand, pick a personality, and pair it all with a color palette that matches, and you're ready to start customizing. You can even invoice your clients directly from the Squarespace platform, which accepts Klarna, Direct Debit, Apple Pay, and more. They'll even help you find and choose a URL for your domain or easily transfer your existing domain. And we've used Squarespace actually for a very, probably like 10 years on the linusmediagroup.com website.
It's got to be around there.
It's so easy to use that literally anyone in our company can update things and administer that website without bothering the developers.
Which, even though we could do it with developers, is a huge benefit.
It's pretty nice. So start building your website today, and to get 10% off your first purchase at squarespace.com/WAN. All right.
I want to jump into something really quick. I saw, so actually a variety of chatters said effectively the same thing. So I'm not going to say the name of the person who said this one, but Stack Overflow is full of this is a quote from someone at Full Chat. Stack Overflow is full of self-important jack butts who'd rather put you down for having the audacity to ask a question rather than actually answer it. And that's a specific quote, but a bunch of people said genuinely effectively the same thing. And I find this is a really interesting topic because that is being used, and not by this individual, and I'm not trying to call this individual out, that is being used as a justification to effectively shutter the source of where a lot of this information came from and promote and use the thing that took all the information, and taking what is unfortunately a very human, real interaction and replacing it with a robot that will just glaze the crap out of you and tell you that you're actually the smartest person in the world for asking this question.
It's kind of hard to...
It's tough. The situation is tough.
It's hard to imagine a community that wouldn't eventually turn kind of toxic.
Which is unfortunate.
But
it's also...
Can you think of one, though? A community that never turned toxic. Like, hit me up, guys. Reddit.
Oh, man. Very cool.
LTT Forum is actually pretty good.
But it's had its moments.
It's definitely had its moments of
for sure
very high toxicity, and it has. I was because of that whole thing with the LTT subreddit. I was digging through a couple of the longtime toxic members of the LTT forum as kind of part of my conversation with the Reddit mods, going like, look, if I was as ban happy as you guys seem to have gotten it into your heads that I am, these are people that would be long gone. And I was looking through the infraction history for a couple of members of the LTT forum going, we're kind of at the point where like this is now subpar community management that these people are still around.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess I've made my point.
We set standards for the forum a long time ago, which is kind of tough. Hey, Spotty!
Spotty's in
Hi,
the
Spotty.
chat. So he's one of the long-time moderators on the LTT forum and goes, yeah, there's a few bans that are overdue.
But yeah, it's like it's just not really a thing. So like it's tough, and I understand, like you're just trying to figure something out. You're confused out of your freaking mind. You post a thing and people make fun of you. It's not a good situation. But is it better for your brain to have
glazed?
Extremely non-real interactions? I don't know. I don't have an answer here. And it might be, but then I feel like you're going to end up in these very human scenarios and just be totally caught off guard by people not telling you that you're the most brilliant, beautiful, amazing human being that's ever landed on Earth every time you ask, like, house enter div, please.
Yeah. Foxman8344, I accidentally read YouTube chat, says, I don't need AI to glaze me. I just need it to give me the answer.
But it will glaze you.
And Stack Overflow just doesn't tell you anything and treats you like an idiot. It's unfortunate, but a fact. And that's their lived experience. And that doesn't make the tragedy of what Luke is saying any less real or any less true.
I'm not even trying to go after the people that are saying that. I'm not saying it's invalid or whatever. I'm just saying it's kind of tough that we're ending up in this scenario where we're dodging human interactions to interact with something in a way that is supposed to feel very human, but it's actually super not, because it is like extremely obtusely nice to you all the time. And a lot of people won't tell it not to be. You can, but almost no one does.
Sarah Lafayette says the farming simulator community is pretty warm and fuzzy. And farming sim has been around for a long time now. I think that counts.
I could see that.
I think that counts, actually.
And there's even competitive farming sim.
Okay, let's go with that.
Do you know there's farming simulator esports?
That sounds amazing.
It's actually really awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I love it. I'm into it. We found it. We found the warm and fuzzy corner of the internet.
But okay, you said once they get really big. How
I
big
said a
is
long
the farming
time.
sim?
Did I say big or did I say long
I
time?
thought you said both.
Maybe I said both.
I could be wrong.
I don't know how big the farming sim community is. Okay, how many people are playing farming sim right now? I'm looking it up. Farming sim active player count.
How many of these people need to engage in the
AI
social side of it?
Shut up, AI. Okay, but hold on. Let's not look at the answer yet. What would you define as big for an active player count in... It's anywhere from afternoon... early to late afternoon on a Friday.
I have no... When's the most recent one that released? What year is it? Is it 2025?
25.
I don't... This is very uneducated. People in chat are saying 60K, 30K? I went way lower than that.
Yeah,
I was going to say 5.
5K? You'd say 5K?
That was my gut.
I'll you know what? I'll back you. I'm going to back you.
I have no idea, but
back
I was
you
going
on
to say
that.
5.
5K is big. That's big.
35,000.
What? Shut up. Wow. 35,000 players playing right now. The 24-hour peak is 39,000. I think this exceeds any expectations.
It feels like a lot of people.
Big. That seems like a lot of people.
I don't know. Like I haven't spent a ton of time on Steam charts to see like if this is actually a lot or not.
All-time peak looks like it was probably when 25 released. I'm guessing 14 months ago.
1,600 people watching on Twitch right now.
Okay, that's
number
not
80.
A lot.
Number 80 for daily active users. Number 57 for top sellers. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, it's clearly a big deal in terms of players, but it's, to me, the Twitch stats indicate.
This is one thing I was going to say. Is this feels like a game that doesn't require you to be like super social about it. So like the community might not be super big, even though there's quite a few players. Look at the old versions in addition to 2025. That's a pretty good point.
I'm still counting it. I'm counting it. If this is a warm and fuzzy community,
look
then
up,
my faith in
look up
humanity is restored.
2024 as well.
Sure. Oh yeah, because this is just specifically.
This was a good point from Insomniac in Flipping Show.
2022 is apparently
There do be a lot.
the last one.
Sure, do 2022. See what happens.
Okay. 7,600 players
7,600.
playing right now.
So if you were, it's probably not worth going through all of them. But if you
Stop
piled
me.
through every,
19 has 1,300 players. This is
there's
not
a
the most
lot.
efficient way
There's
to
a
do this.
lot of these to click on.
Okay, it's starting to really drop off.
17 has 337. It's not nothing though. If you release a little indie game and it had 337 concurrents, you'd be pretty stoked.
Like 10 years later.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. It's huge.
yeah. How many
job.
people are playing the new Anno?
Oh.
Because we're not.
I know. I've been meaning to try it. Oops.
What is?
Dang it. Hold on. I got this. I'm just going to do it this way. Okay.
Farming Sim's also on Game Pass. Dang.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, there will be even more. 4,000 people are playing the new Anno with an all-time... Wait, what? Oh, this is 1,800. Whoops. This is the old Anno. Okay, well, 4,000 people are playing the old one.
It's good to know, actually.
3,700 playing the new one. And that's down from an all-time peak of 50,000 two
Sorry,
months ago.
while we're here, check out the new Civ versus Civ 6 and Civ 5.
That's a whoops. Hold on. Oh, wow. The user reviews are 10% less likely to be positive for the new Anno. It's only 70% positive, whereas the old one, 1800, was 79.93% positive. So nearly 10 full percentage points more positive. Whoopsie doodles. Well, okay. All right, so hold on. Civilization.
7, yeah.
Sid Meier's. All
7
right.
versus 6 versus 5. That's what I'm interested in. The other
Okay.
ones,
I'll bring them all up, boys. Okay, so
right.
5, you still got 17,000
Woo!
people playing right now.
that's pretty good, actually.
That's pretty.
For 5, because 5's like my favorite one.
That's like get your vegetables, because that's salad.
What? Salad?
It's good. It's salad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's salad.
All right.
All right, Civ. Whoop. Oh, I spoiled it. But Civ 6, 33,000.
I got it spoiled, but holy crap.
Civ 7, 8,000.
Get wrecked.
Literally getting doubled up by Civ 5, by the 2-generation older one, and quadrupled up by the last gen Civ 6.
Yeah, because Civ 5 is my favorite one. Civ 6, once you got some expansions in there, actually quite good. I didn't like it on launch, but it's a lot better now. But I have a soft spot for Civ 5.
Wow.
Yeah, get dunked on, Civ 7. Kind of unfortunate, because I really like Civ, but man, Civ 7 just reeked right out of the gate. So many design decisions in Civ 7 that were just like, the immediate second that I realized it even existed, I was like, that's disgusting. And I went, oh yeah, look at the user reviews. My God, man.
50%, under 50% positive. I mean, someone likes it, so that's something.
Yeah.
I mean, you often say a game for everyone is a game for no one.
This is a game for not many. but some 8,000 people chose to play this over 6 or 5.
Right now.
Yep.
Right now they chose that.
Yep.
Maybe they got it for free with their ArcGPU last week.
Maybe. Yeah. They're like, wait, I own all these other games already.
Wait, I could have gotten Battlefield 6. Damn.
This was a mistake. Look up Stardew Valley. There's a lot of Hytale is a game that like just launched that is theoretically very popular.
Yeah, almost 60,000 people playing
Stardew
Stardew
Valley's
Valley right
still
now.
destroying.
I still haven't played it. I've really gotta try it. But I also am concerned that my life could be consumed by a game like this.
I like actually tried to play at one point, and then I got super obsessed over the timing of, because like the seasons will turn over, I got super obsessed over min-maxing, like the turnover of the season.
You?
And,
No.
buying, like, pre-saving money to buy the right seeds for the beginning of the next one and selling things at the right time. And I was like, I don't think this is the point of this game.
I think it is the
I
point
need
of the
to
game.
relax. Maybe, yeah.
I think the point of the game is you can play it however you want to play it.
That's fair. That's fair. Hightail, last one.
All right.
HY. Oh, right. It's not on Steam.
Got him.
It's like its own launcher or something.
Okay.
Well, we're moving on then.
Okay. Dan, you really got to tell us what we're doing audibly because we can't see the sign. Don't make me point at the sign.
Tap, tap, tap. We could do more sponsors. We could do more topics. Up to you guys.
You tell us what to do, Dan. We're in another time zone and our brains are bad.
Sure. Well, technically I am too, and same. So let's finish off sponsors. Why not?
Is he?
What?
What?
I'm in a different time zone than you.
Studio? Oh my god.
Oh. Okay, what did he say?
I don't
Sponsors
know.
or topics?
Let's just
Forget
finish
it.
off the
Let's do a topic.
sponsors.
Okay, never mind. Let's do a very short topic, then we'll do that.
Okay.
You can now reserve a hotel room on the moon for $250,000. There's an article on Ars Technica.
What?
Yep. A company called Grew Space wants to make habitats on the moon and have invited people to put down a deposit.
I figured out our grift.
Oh, Luke and I were talking about how our lives would have been a lot easier and a lot more lucrative if we had just grifted at every
We should have
opportunity
just
to grift.
made a coin.
We still could make a
and
coin.
just rug pulled the heck out of everyone.
We could make AdequeteCoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rug pull in 6 hours after launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason
We
we were.
say that, but then we do it in 5.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Got him. But no, Linus Town. We've been talking about it forever. Linus Town's on the moon, and you can pre-sell property.
Why? Oh my God! Stop it.
Yeah. It's perfect.
It really just does seem like people.
foolproof.
It really does seem like there's no consequences, though. Like in the world we're
Yeah.
living in. That was what really prompted this conversation. Is we're in New York, obviously, because we're here for the Tonight Show, and we were talking about how the former mayor of New York launched a coin shortly after getting booted out of office for being like mega corrupt, and launched a coin, and then within hours rug pulled it and made millions of dollars allegedly, and how just like that was the most obvious possible outcome, and yet
Yeah.
it happened, and someone somewhere was probably surprised, and there doesn't seem to be any long-term consequences. And it's just like, at some point you kind of look around and you kind of go like, is there no reward for just being honorable? Like, where is Luke's millions of dollars? Where is it? I think AdequeteCoin is
We
your
need
millions
like
of dollars.
that "In the Arms of an Angel" song to play
In the arms of an angel.
when you're saying "Where's Luke's millions of dollars?"
Corey G says, meanwhile,
Call now.
I'm in debt, and if I did that, I'd be prosecuted. Yeah, right. Like it's.
You're not rich enough to scam, fool. Figure it out.
NWash says, my theory is it's not regular people putting their money into Eric Adams' cryptocurrency. It's a money laundering scheme. But here's the thing. Like, I'm having
Some people will.
I'm having a deja vu moment because we literally talked about this on the last WAN show. It's such a like, I don't actually know. So I'm just going to say, I don't know, money laundering, explanation. I think it's, I don't actually think that a lot of the things we dismiss as, I don't know, probably money laundering are actually money laundering. What would be the point of having like a way to bribe a formerly elected official? He's not the mayor of New York City anymore. He's not anybody anymore. So what would be the benefit of giving him a bunch of money? Who is laundering the money? Like, what's the?
There might still be connections there. Like I know. Yeah, I suspect there's still a lot of political connections, even though he's not the mayor anymore.
Sure, but
Millions? I don't know. I don't know. New York's a big deal.
but what is he? What can he impact at this point? And what illegitimate source of money is being laundered? Because that's the point of money laundering, is that you have illegitimate income that you are trying to turn into legitimate cash. So just giving it to the former mayor of New York, and I might be wrong. Maybe that is totally money laundering and it was super effective.
Who knows?
Yeah, Charmander used char, and it was I don't know. Burn the money. Maybe it works.
Oh man. Okay. Should we next topic?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, you can keep going. I don't actually care. Just I don't
yeah.
have anything to add.
Yeah,
I
this
don't know
just-
what the answer to this is. Obviously, this is ridiculous. Don't spend $250K on a thing that's almost certainly never going to exist. No, I shouldn't. Okay, not never, but I expect to be dead.
You think so?
Yeah, before there's a hotel on the moon. We will have a moon base, or I will be very sad. But I don't think there's going to be a hotel. Like an actual, check-in hotel.
Mm-hmm. What if you could rent a room on the moon base? Would that count?
I don't
But it's not, strictly
feel
a
like it
hotel.
would work that way.
I don't know how it would work, to be honest with you. I mean, with the cuts to NASA... but then again, the Chinese are rapidly pursuing more lunar stuff right now. So
I'm pretty sure we're going to have a moon base.
yeah, okay. Who's we though?
Well,
People
Fair
in
enough.
general?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Earthlings, I'm fairly certain, will have a moon base. And I don't even think it's going to be, way too much longer.
Okay.
Artemis is, happening.
But will we be able to go whaling on the moon?
Which trillionaire will first migrate whales from Earth to the moon?
Yeah, to go whaling on the moon. We carry our harpoons.
Maybe they just bring themselves, and that's good enough.
But there ain't no whales, so we tell tall tales and sing a whaling tune. it's a Futurama.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Okay, someone got it. Thank you. U.S. Department of Commerce lifts planned crackdown on Chinese drones, including DJI, with some caveats. So we talked about this on WAN Show before. They're essentially banning all Chinese drones from being sold in the U.S., including their parts. But there's been an update. The U.S. Department of Commerce have partially reversed their planned crackdown on Chinese drone sales in the country, citing improved relations with China, I guess.
That happened quickly.
Although the FCC and DOC bans are two different things.
Cool.
Yeah, neat. The lifting of these restrictions will allow drone manufacturers to import units that are already approved by the FCC, meaning that companies like DJI could potentially import their older models, but not newer
I
ones.
thought that was basically what it was already, so maybe I'm missing something here.
The FCC ban on brand new foreign-made drones still stands.
Okay, so we'll keep you guys posted on that, because I know that there's a
Yeah.
lot of drone enthusiasts within the tech sphere. And like I said, I have sort of a personal interest in this story just because of my brother-in-law's company, Spexy. They do the drone mapping thing that they're doing. It's really cool. And they kind of rely on people having
Drones.
affordable access to high quality
A little
drones.
bit important.
Yeah, pretty important for them. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of keeping a finger on the pulse
Yeah,
of this
speaking
one.
of corruption, YNCO and Floatplane Chat said the check must have cleared. And hey, it might have. Who knows? I have no idea, but it was quite the turnaround.
Speaking of turnarounds, Grok has finally been updated to stop undressing women and children, according to X Safety.
Way to go, Grok. Really happy you disabled yourself in the meantime, so that didn't continue happening
Yeah.
this entire time.
Yeah, that was a really responsible decision and truly respectable like self-governance move. So that thing we just said didn't happen. Brief history. Grok was discovered generating thousands of non-consensual sexualized images by virtually undressing women and even children from regular photos, triggering investigations in the UK, California, and bans in Indonesia and Malaysia. Imagine Indonesia and Malaysia being like the countries that have the stones to just act on this and no one else. Like, really? Musk dismissed criticism as censorship because of course he would. And X's only initial response was putting timeline-based image editing behind a paywall. So basically you had to pay to @Grok in the response to a picture to ask it to change it. But it was still possible to tap on the image and edit it using the image editing tools, and then use the Grok app to generate images as well. Situation as of Thursday. X Safety finally announced technological measures to stop Grok from undressing people into bikinis/revealing clothing, restricting image editing to paid subscribers, and geo-blocking the feature where it's illegal. A change that came only after California Attorney General Rob Bonta opened an investigation into whether XAI is facilitating large-scale production of deepfake, non-consensual, intimate images. It's amazing how slow the law works for large, rich entities. We are opening an investigation. What do you mean open? What are you talking about? Your investigation is open a web browser.
Yeah.
What are you even talking about? Pushback from The Verge. Despite X's announced restrictions, The Verge found it took less than a minute to bypass them. Grok still complied with requests to show cleavage, make breasts bigger, put subjects in crop tops and low-rise shorts, which produced bikini images, extremely revealing lingerie, and sexualized poses, all using free accounts with only a trivially bypassable age checkbox.
Without checking The Verge's article, and to their credit, but I actually suspect that it took less than a minute thing was on their first attempt. I don't think they mean it takes less than a minute to do it every time.
Oh, yeah.
I think they can break it instantaneously now, and they just, with almost no effort, made this happen immediately.
Do you think if Elon was a hot young woman who was, physically modest, that these things would be different?
Happen.
I just mean, it's very clear that the leadership just doesn't care about about this, and it completely lacks empathy for anyone who is impacted by it, because the slow rolling of any kind of action, ineffective action even, is just... See, here's the thing though, Kitsune Lane. You're saying, no, they care. It's a money-making opportunity. Except it isn't. They're not making money on this. Generating these AI images costs a fortune. So it's like losing money just to try to win this LLM space race that maybe will never be profitable, and harming people in the meantime. There's no real...
Someone mentioned this in Floatplane chat. It's very off topic, but I had forgotten about it, and I really doubt it's in the doc because this is very new information. I think this morning. Oh shoot, I can't find it.
While you find it, PK7 says, remember when Microsoft's chatbot was shut down in under a day when people made it turn into a Nazi years ago? Now LLMs are just completely running haywire, and everyone's like, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I remember.
So it was SB in Floatplane chat said, can we talk about Canada allowing Chinese cars with a 6% tariff? Did you see that?
Oh, really?
That's a thing.
Holy crap. That would be huge.
I think it's
Is it done?
I think so.
Shut up. 6%? That's reasonable.
Yeah.
slashes 100% tariffs to just 6%. When did this happen?
Like this morning.
Oh, today.
Yeah.
Whoa! 49,000 unit annual quota, joint venture focus. Okay, so basically what I would have wanted.
Because as far as my understanding goes, they're hoping to get some of the, I'm sure it'll just be finishing, but some of the manufacturing here.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canada
Cool.
has agreed to allow an annual quota of 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles, tariff rate of just 6.1%.
Absolutely targets the low end of the market, so affordable. More than 50% of these should be affordable EVs with an import price of less than $35,000. Is that CAD? Please tell me that's CAD, because that would be a game changer for affordability of EVs.
That's a quote, so I think it would like have to be. That's according to the Prime Minister's office.
Yeah,
it would, like, have
why
to
would they be
Canadian.
talking in USD?
Yeah. Wild. Here we go. The interesting detail here is the joint venture language. It looks like Carney is taking a page out of China's own playbook. Canada seems to be using this quota as a carrot to get companies like BYD and Cattle to set up shop in Canada and maybe help Canadian companies learn from those giants. Because that's technically what China did with Tesla, where they invited them in as this idea of like, you're currently better than all of our companies, but if you're here, we'll get to see what you're doing and learn from you.
I don't think there will be all of that much that we can learn from the Chinese way of making them cheaper.
It's probably not going to work for us.
Yeah,
I am
won't work for
excited
us.
by the joint venture thing because I mean jobs are always good. But this is like should be relatively obvious to everyone. This is very obviously a political coin. There's been, I mean, there was I think it was like the ambassador to Canada on a radio show in Canada recently said, like basically, we don't need you guys for anything, which is like, you know what, fair enough, but then we have to play that game too. So that's part of this, I strongly suspect.
Yeah, it's definitely all political pawn crackers. Like, I often see people say, you know, well, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to think about politics. And it's like, yeah, but politics isn't waiting for you to talk about it. It's not waiting for you to think about it. You can try to leave politics alone, but politics is not going to leave you alone. It just doesn't work that way.
Should we wake him up?
No, I don't think so. Can you show, what can they see? Can they see him?
Yeah, what's it?
Oh yeah, they. He's just chilling. He's like ever so lightly snoring. Okay, is this against TOS?
I don't know.
If you have people awake, and then, because I know
maybe everyone has to be asleep for it to be a sleeping stream.
Is that
there are sleeping streams now?
I thought they're against TOS.
No, they're a thing now. 100%. They're sleeping streams now.
Oh really?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Floatplane TOS. I don't know. We write that, so it's
yeah, that's probably fine.
probably fine.
Yeah.
No, it is not against.
And
Yeah,
that's how
Elijah
politics
said it's not
work.
against TOS. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's like completely
Yeah,
fine.
I guess it's kosher, so we're good.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, we just keep going.
Yeah, well, I guess we just keep going.
He's comfortable.
Yeah,
I
he seems
I
happy.
think it's fine.
Should we? Oh, let's do the rest of the sponsors. Then we'll talk about NVIDIA resurrecting old. Wait, did we do NVIDIA resurrects old GPUs already?
We did.
Yeah, we did that already. Okay, that
Yes.
topic's not collapsed.
Okay, so it's not syncing the collapsing
Really?
because I'm fairly certain I did. Is it still open for you? Did you collapse it or is it still open?
Oh.
NVIDIA topic?
Was it just in here twice? It's in here twice.
Oh.
This topic. Yeah, this topic is in the.
No, that's a different topic.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
This topic mentions the other one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
They're highly related.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Why don't we do the sponsors, and then we've got a few more topics. and then we'll do After Dark.
If Sammy is hourly, is this paid since he's on camera? Is a hilarious Floatplane comment.
I
have no idea.
I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Sammy had a very demanding day
He'll be fine.
yesterday. I think
Yeah.
he was up pretty late working. The last thing I'm gonna do is give him a hard time because he clocked out.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Clocked the heck out.
He also, I think,
Half an
might
hour
be
early.
working later because he has to get that social post up or
Yeah.
whatever. But he'll be fine.
The show is brought to you today by Miro. When you're working with a team, sometimes an idea can get stuck in limbo and take months or even years to come to fruition. But our sponsor Miro says they want to be your productivity hero. Miro is a collaborative online whiteboard that helps teams work together regardless of where they are in the world. So when those ideas are stuck in that gap between concept and execution, they help you avoid killing your team's momentum. Miro Insights and AI tools will help generate a starting point for your team so you can get to the bottom of the big questions, like if your boss is taller than Napoleon. Miro isn't here to replace the tools your team loves. It's meant to help keep your team organized and aligned on the same goal. And while we can't show it on screen, our company org chart was actually made on Miro, so anyone who works here can go in and see the direct reports of the different teams and who they're supposed to talk to. So help your teams get great done with Miro. Check out Miro.com to find out how. That's MIRO.com. Finally, the show is brought to you by Java. Word on the street, actually word on the WAN show, is that it may become more difficult to hunt down an RTX 5060 or a 16 gig or a 5070 Ti. So if you were looking to upgrade from your old 30 series card, grabbing a used one might be a good option. That's where our partner Java can help. Java is a gaming marketplace where you can buy and sell new and used gaming peripherals and custom PCs at fair prices. So not only can you hunt down a new GPU on their platform, but you might get some money back by selling your old card. And with those 70 Ti and DDR5 stocks going up, maybe now's the time to sell your system and cash in. Whether you're buying or selling, Java ensures your transactions are safe and reliable. So if you want to skip the hassle of researching, buying, and building a gaming PC for yourself, and if you want to skip the hassle, you can buy a full PC from one of Java's verified sellers. Visit java.link/WANJAN26. That is a hell of a vanity URL to get started. I assume we have a QR code, Dan?
Not today.
No,
Not for that
Not
one.
today. Okay, maybe do you want to just drop that link in the chat for the
Sure
various
thing.
people? Yeah.
We got this now too.
This now? What is it?
Live slugs.
Slug reaction.
It's a very vintage meme.
That's a very vintage meme. I don't. Doesn't check out for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, people remember it. The
Okay.
immortal slug.
Okay.
If people get it, then the
Sure.
people
Yeah,
dictate
sounds good.
the WAN show.
Good.
This is the new WAN show. 50% Luke, 50% me, and 50% you guys. You just tell us how it works. Live slug.
And
Confirmed.
10% sleeping Sammy.
10% sleeping Sammy.
Yeah.
Okay. Apple picks Google's Gemini AI for its big Siri upgrade
Oh, yeah.
and other Google AI stories. Apple and Google announced a multi-year collaboration where Apple will base the next generation of its Apple Foundation models on Google's Gemini models and cloud technology, with the partnership powering future Apple Intelligence features, including a more personalized Siri expected in 2026. I'm going off script here, but it kind of sounds like Apple just gave up. Maybe not. Maybe this will be like the Apple Car. Wait. Okay, anyway. Pretty much, Google's Gemini models will serve as the technical foundation, allowing Apple to bring more advanced AI features to its kind of lagging ecosystem more quickly. Despite the partnership, according to their statement, Apple will retain control over its AI ecosystem, even while using Google's Gemini models. Apple Intelligence features will continue to run on Apple devices and its private cloud infrastructure, ensuring that user privacy remains central. Okay. Meanwhile, Google unveiled the Universal Commerce Protocol, UCP, an open standard designed to enable agentic commerce, letting AI agents complete the full shopping journey. Good lord. by providing a common language that connects agents, retailers, payment providers, and platforms. UCP has been co-developed with major retail partners and widely endorsed, including by companies like Shopify, Etsy, Wayfair, Target, and Walmart. It's also compatible with existing protocols such as agent-to-agent, agent payments protocol, and model context protocol. All right.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, as a store, I like it. As a consumer, I'm just like, oh my God, can we just not encrapify everything? Can it just like tell me how many tablespoons of coffee grounds to use? Like, can it just and not recommend the best is part of waking up? Like, can we just not, but it will. It's all headed that direction. Google is also introducing tools to help retailers in the agentic commerce era, including Business Agent, which lets shoppers chat directly with brands in search. However, it's not all good news for Google. A Guardian investigation found that Google's AI overviews provided inaccurate and potentially dangerous health information. For example, sharing misleading liver function test data that could reassure seriously ill users. It also lacked important medical context, such as age, sex, and ethnicity. In response, Google removed some of these health-related AI overviews, including for the aforementioned liver test queries, but health experts and charities warned that similar problematic AI summaries still appear for other sensitive topics and urged the company to steer users toward reliable, evidence-based health resources.
So
Agree.
This was a large summary of many things. I'm going to jump kind of back up to the top with the Siri upgrade going for Gemini. They were previously signed up with OpenAI. This jump, especially with it being a long-term jump, is very interesting for the whole bubble pop conversation, because there's been a bunch of counters to the bubble pop conversation, including that even if the AI bubble pops, a lot of the companies that are in the AI bubble are companies that are just revenuing a ton of money, even regardless of AI stuff going on.
Yep.
So like, it's a bit of a tough situation. But one of the very interesting, important parts of the AI bubble thing has been that OpenAI is at the center of basically all of it. And OpenAI doesn't have very good cash flow.
Yeah.
And this really can't help.
No, this is a huge problem.
Because what a news story. To lose that contract has got to be brutal for them. Because it's not just that they lost a contract, it's that they lost a contract with the
What's the mind share?
winner of the phone race, more or less. I enjoy my Android, but like...
So does 70+% of the world.
Yeah.
Even though America loves its iPhones.
But in the place where a lot of people spend a lot of the money,
Yep.
iPhone is dominating.
Yep.
And it's like, man, it's this is very interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Apple steered clear of the search wars. Now they're steering clear of the AI wars. Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean... I don't personally take this as a signal as they're out forever. I take this as a signal as they're not bothering to dive in while it's just like money dumpster fire. If I'm one of these big companies and I'm looking at this, personally, I'm not touching it at all. Because what I'm seeing happen is progress is made and then progress is immediately open sourced afterwards. And then progress is made and then it's immediately open sourced afterwards. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm losing ground in this at all. The like dig up a data center thing.
Sometimes it's better to just lease a car that someone else built than to design and build your own car from scratch. I could completely see that perspective.
And they could always jump in and do it later.
Yeah.
And like they'll figure it out.
And it's Apple we're talking about. There's a lot of things Apple does that I'm not aligned on.
No.
But if there's anyone that could just Sherlock something later, literally the term Sherlock is Apple doing this. This is their entire history. They went and they said the silicon in the market is not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect example.
Who else could do that? I'll wait. Okay.
There's a
Amazon
few,
does have silicon.
but-
Google has silicon. But to
It's a good example.
it's a short list. It's a really short list.
Yeah.
If Apple decided later that this is a very mature space now, they have enough money to buy the earth and all the heavens. They can build a team, and they could make an AI product, and they could cut ties. And that is what gives Apple leverage in their negotiations. That's why Apple is not going to be paying as much to a giant like Google or to OpenAI or to whoever they partner with, because they are someone that can credibly sit across the table from you and go, give me a good price or I'll just do it myself.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, it totally makes sense to me that they're not building their own right now. I mean, look at freaking Meta. Look how much money they're pouring into it. What market share are they getting? What contracts are they winning? Nothing. And like, what are they gaining? It's just horrible slop on all of their platforms.
More engagement on their platforms. More like more ad. I mean, if Meta. Okay. Here's a scary thought. If Meta can learn a lot about you by what real things you would engage with, how much more can they learn about you by what sort of twisted, contorted, how much more granular can they get if they can create literally anything that can appeal like directly to you?
Maybe. As far as my uninformed person listening to some other nebulously informed people talk about things understanding goes, a lot of the content generation stuff is not really making money right now. There's a bunch of money in productivity stuff with LLMs and whatnot that is largely due to the forced shoehorning of these tools into things like Office 365 and Google Workspace and stuff like that. But a lot of the like slop creation junk is not proving to at least currently be very profitable for these things. And if you look at the ways that they're trying to monetize, it's through like selling you products through chat, not something to do with content creation of videos. But yeah. Did you look into something?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing important.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is super interesting. I think I'm not too surprised, but it's very interesting in regards to like the constant chess match that is AI projects and companies.
And
things
Google
like
and Apple in particular, like they compete so directly in some spaces and are so codependent in others.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this was always interesting when
Weird dynamic.
it was like Samsung was doing the screens for iPhones for a long time or something. It's just
They still do.
Man. Oh yeah, okay.
And they compete. So these two business units will be bitter rivals, and these two will be super tight partners.
Yeah.
That's business, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
What do we got left?
We've got Yeehaw. It's an AI news story roundup.
We didn't just do that? No, I guess not.
In the
Okay.
latest Windows 11 Insider Preview build, IT administrators on Pro, Enterprise, and Education devices can uninstall the built-in Microsoft Copilot app, but only if the device has both Copilot and Microsoft 365 Copilot installed. The app wasn't user installed, and it hasn't been launched in the past. Oh, if the app wasn't user installed, and if it hadn't been launched in the past 28 days. With the paid Copilot service still remaining on the system. So our take on this is almost soon.
What the heck?
Yeah, I know. What a weird list of requirements. Now, with that said, I thought I uninstalled Okay, I have disconnected my Copilot key. So when I press it, it says the Copilot key isn't connected to an action. Choose what you'd like to happen. And my options are search, none selected, and custom. So, oh yeah, no,
So it's just
that's
a Windows
weird.
key now?
Okay, so this was a weird one for me because I thought I removed Copilot from this PC. Yeah, so when I click Copilot in there, it just brought up an Edge browser.
It was loading the Get Copilot page.
Yeah. So yeah, that's weird. I thought you could remove it. How to remove programs? Let me see. Yeah, have I misunderstood? Because I removed the Copilot app from my computer.
I have no idea. It's for sure not on my computer at home.
But
I don't know.
This also didn't mention Home, Pro, Enterprise, and Education. So maybe it wasn't removable from those. Oh, interesting. Sinon FC in Floatplane chat says mine reappeared. I uninstalled it 2 weeks ago. Just checked and it's back. So I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, Comma Black said, I don't have Copilot on my Windows 11 Pro, never had. I've never had it on mine.
Really?
Not this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about my desktop.
Yeah, okay. Well, do you have to meet the requirements for it to automatically install Copilot? Like, do you have to have an NPU? Because your desktop, it has a 40 series GPU.
Yeah.
So that probably has enough tops.
Yeah, so it looks like my laptop has it.
Yeah, it would be installed by default on your laptop. Anyway, well, make of that whatever you will.
Honestly, I've had a Copilot key and I literally never even noticed it till now. Not once. I did not know this was on my computer. Neat.
I just hit it accidentally every once in a while. I use function left right for home and end a lot.
Yeah.
And it's
I use Windows and arrow keys all the time. I've just never bumped it.
You have a control key between your arrow keys and your Copilot key. I don't.
Oh, you don't.
So I mash it a bunch when I go for my left arrow key.
And my arrow keys kind of dip down, so they're actually easier to differentiate.
I prefer those.
Yeah, me too.
Bandcamp announced in its Keeping Bandcamp Human blog post that it is banning music and audio created wholly or substantially by generative AI and prohibiting AI tools that impersonate other artists or styles on its platform to ensure fans can trust the music they find is human-made. Cool. I wish them luck with that. I hope that it works.
It's going to be tough to enforce,
it's going to get harder.
At certain scales and stuff, it'll work, and that's really cool.
And there should be platforms that you can go to and trust that you're getting a human experience.
And I think Bandcamp is really well positioned to be one of those platforms.
Meanwhile, a senior police official in West Midlands, UK, has confirmed that an intelligence report generated with the help of Microsoft Copilot falsely invented a football match between West Ham and Maccabi Tel Aviv, and that this AI error was used, without verification, to justify banning Maccabi fans from a Europa League game, highlighting serious reliability issues with AI in critical decision-making.
And especially people not verifying its output.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
In other news,
Fun time.
multiple police departments accidentally leaked millions of surveillance records by failing to redact license plates in public records releases of Flock audit logs, exposing 2.3 million license plates and tens of millions of searches, revealing who police are surveilling and why. The leak exposes, Flock just cannot catch a break lately, and it couldn't happen to a nicer company. The leak exposes a fundamental flaw in Flock's design. Because searches query up to 80,000 cameras nationwide in the US, a single department's redaction failure can expose sensitive investigations from thousands of other departments across the country.
That's so sick.
Whoa. Flock's response was to attack transparency rather than fix the problem. Instead of auto-redacting exports, they removed officer names and plate data from the audit logs entirely and threatened the creator of HaveIBeenFlocked.com with bogus IP takedown requests, which Cloudflare-based rejected as having insufficient evidence of a violation.
Amazing.
Love it. Flock CEO Garrett Langley framed public records requests as a coordinated attack by activists wanting to defund the police.
A little dated on that reference.
But Staunton, Virginia's police chief rejected this, calling concerned citizens democracy in action, and the city canceled its Flock contract days later. Our discussion question is the Have I Been Flocked website putting people in danger? Yeah, that always is the conversation around this whole like exposing data leaks. Security through obscurity is not a thing. Somebody has access to this.
Yeah.
By exposing it, yes, we're driving more eyeballs to it, and that can have negative unintended consequences. But also, in the longer term, we need security to be taken seriously, and this is the only way to get anyone's attention. Like, look at Flock's
I think
response.
going after "Have I Been Flocked" here is the incorrect move.
They
You have to
were-
go after Flocked
like,
specifically.
They were clearly not going to fix anything. They don't want to fix anything. It costs money to fix things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Morning, sunshine.
How's it going?
Next topic.
Next topic. This is.
Speaking of next topic, the state we're in, New York State, takes steps to ban 3D printed guns. There's a proposal that requires 3D printer manufacturers to prevent weapon printing. That won't work. Governor Kathy
Hey, you
Hochul-
spoiled the ending, Luke. We were going to have a whole conversation.
Governor Kathy Hochul unveiled proposed legislation requiring 3D printers sold or used in New York to include safeguards that prevent printing guns or gun parts, aiming to curb unserialized ghost guns. The bill would criminalize possessing or sharing gun printing CAD files without authorization, require police to log recovered 3D printed firearms in a statewide database, sure, and push manufacturers to redesign pistols to resist illegal automatic fire conversions. Cool. Researchers warn online communities and step-by-step guides are lowering barriers to DIY weapons, while critics say targeting manufacturers won't meaningfully reduce violence amid lawsuits over conversion devices. Glock announced pistol redesigns to prevent illegal modifications.
So yeah, here's the issue. And this is something that I think we can speak to with a fair bit of authority. Being in Canada, there's a lot of firearms that are banned in Canada.
Yeah.
And it makes exactly this much difference because our neighbor, the US&A, does not have bans on said weapons, and getting them over the border for ne'er-do-wells is pretty easy. And the ban only really impacts
One of the biggest
people who play by the rules.
recent bans
Yeah.
of Canadian firearms was spurred because of a shooting event. But if I remember correctly, this was the one that banned pistols sold in Canada, but all of the guns used in the shooting were smuggled in from the States. So it literally had nothing to do, and I'm not trying to go on any political line here, literally at all. It's just, what? Like this actually like was literally completely unrelated.
We had 2 + 2 and we went 3.
Yeah. Like, so it's really not going to make a difference. Okay, so you ban it in New York. What if someone drives over the state border with a 3D printer?
The really funny part is like I was a grown adult by the time I realized that America has like 2 states that are like some ridiculous percentage of its overall land mass, and the world was a lot smaller, you know, back in the back in the 1800s. So there's all these little teeny states where we went around with horses and we walked from one state to the next, and then you go like west and it's like California,
Texas is big.
Texas, you big old Arizona state, you know, we got all these big states over here. And so the idea of a geographical banning having an impact in a state the size of New York, where you could like walk there from you know, I don't know what, Pennsylvania, you know, Rhode Island, Connecticut, like freaking, what are you even talking about? I'm gonna ban 3D printers from making guns in New York, and that's gonna. It's not like there's a border.
Also, like, good luck, dude.
You're not checking people's bags. It's not a concert. You know, you're not walking through a metal detector Like what is
But
going?
even like if
what is
you
the
reduce
logic?
it down to individual parts,
Yeah.
like what you're printing a frame and then a tube and then whatever else, like how are you going to actually define that these are gun parts? And then if you do that successfully, people will just make them look weird and then just trim them down to being normal, or just leave them looking weird because they don't care. Like it's not going to function. But I mean, good luck. Yeah. Oh man, do I even want to?
And to be clear, yes, it's far. Okay, someone's like, walk from Rhode Island to Pennsylvania and I'll buy everything on LTTStore.com. Yes, that is very far. But in the grand scheme of things, it is not very far to transport a 3D printer if you really needed to.
Probably have a car.
Especially when there is no security apparatus whatsoever that would prevent you from doing it.
Yeah.
Dark Guy 2 says, I think this is less about preventing people from making them, but when the cops find them, they can charge them. And, like, sure. I just can't see any reason why the ne'er-do-wells wouldn't just set up shop in New Jersey or Massachusetts or Vermont or New Hampshire or Maine or West Virginia or Ohio or Kentucky and then just drive a couple hours into New York.
This topic was also talking about modifying pre-existing sold firearms, namely pistols, to shoot. They're saying automatic fire conversions. What I think they mean no longer being semi-auto, generally referred to as adding a switch to a Glock, so you can just hold and it just fires your whole mag.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation. And if you're doing that, I don't think you care. Just saying, you're already breaking so many laws at that point. Like, what's breaking a 3D printing law on top of it? Just throw it in there. Who cares? Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Laws that impact criminals and impact law-abiding citizens and do not impact criminals are not my favorite. I do understand you have to draw the line somewhere. Yes, like RPGs should probably not just be legal for civilians to just buy and open carry. Like there's got to be right. Well, you laugh, right? But like
My brain for some reason just thought of an RPG holster, just like. That's a huge. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Yeah, like just in the lab says like a catapult. Like you probably shouldn't have a catapult strapped to the back of your car.
Oh, but yeah, that's the.
Like a ballista, just on the top of your Mustang, like with a hole in the roof. You can there's.
It would look sick.
Like there's gotta be, there's gotta be a line somewhere.
I want a tank.
Who are you, D-Brand?
But yeah, one of my things is like if you look back at when firearms first got introduced, like if you go to very basic levels, they're very primitive at this point.
Oh, like early firearms?
The thing used for the whole Shinzo Abe situation.
Oh yeah,
was tubes and a plank of wood.
Yeah,
guys. Where there's a will, there's a way. They'll figure it out. People have made firearms in prison before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Out of what?
Just stuff. They're they're actually quite interesting. But prison-made firearm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just made of stuff.
They even kind of look like guns.
Yeah, they do. Huh.
Yeah.
15 deadly improvised prison weapons and tools.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Turns out it's a tube and a pokey thing.
Yeah, that's all you really need.
And you can make them way nicer and more advanced, obviously. But if people want to make this, they're going to figure it out. People can already make the 3D printing gun community is insane. The files are out there. If you ban them, okay. People already have them. It's just like the open source AI stuff. Like, it's already out there. You can't stop AI from being a thing now. You can try to regulate it in whatever way you want, but it's already out there. The 3D printing files for these things are already out there. People can get a huge amount of 3D printers that are highly repairable, that are before this anyways.
Yep.
People can drive them into your state. Like, this will do nothing. I'm not necessarily, jumping on a political line, but it's just not going to be effective. And again, if it's to throw one more book at people, like, I think once you're going that far down the line, it just makes no real impact. But I also think that's our last topic.
Well, until after dark.
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel Besser, you got any curated merch messages?
I
for us?
do. I have a few here. Let's go to After Dark. I guess I better move. I'll get rid of our slug for now. All right. Hey, Duke, Linus, and Dan. I managed to snag an Aorus Master 24GB 3090 on Marketplace for 750 Canadian dollar dues. Just wondering,
Wow, that's a pretty good price.
the guy I bought it from repasted it twice. Gaming, it runs at about 80, and the hotspot is 104C.
Oh, that I would probably rip that open and put some better paste on it or a better application. Maybe the cooler isn't tightened down enough. That sounds too hot on the hotspot. I hate to be that guy, but I strongly recommend PTM 7950 phase change paste from LTTStore for this particular application. It's not necessarily the best paste for everything, but for a direct die application, it's a really, really good option. I would pick up some PTM 7950.
Question for Luke. What are your thoughts on the guy that redesigned the Floatplane application called Float Native to offer more functions on iOS?
Have you tried it?
It's cool. I have not, actually.
I haven't tried it.
There's a few. I think projects like that are cool. We've worked with some people for projects like that. We've tried to have our API stuff be pretty open and willing to be used for things like that, which is great because we've been struggling on the app side of things, especially for TVs. So some people have stepped up and done things like that. People are literally calling it out right now. Like Hydravion is one of them. I'm sure I pronounced it wrong. Sorry. But yeah, eventually we'll ideally fix those things and we'll have our own TV apps and all that jazz. But in the meantime, yeah, check it out if you want. Great. Cool.
Another one here.
I know someone on my team has tried it, but I haven't personally yet.
Another one here for Luke. I have 10 years of developer experience, mostly as a generalist, and I'm now focusing on front end. What criteria do you use to decide whether someone is ready for a senior front end role?
Senior often means that you can lead others. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a manager, but it generally means that you can like mentor or guide or at least help judge heavily. So like if you're doing code reviews, you can kind of run them. You can help create tasks for those people.
And to be clear, this is like very much Luke's perspective. I'm sure a lot of organizations have senior developers that are just like really friggin' good developers that make more money than junior developers.
Especially when we go, from my perspective, a really big one for seniors for me is the ability to take a project with very little guidance and just run and finish it well.
Yeah, that might not mean the same thing in a different context. And yeah, Genesis 8925 in chat says senior is so ambiguous in the industry. So
is literally, so I completely agree with you and would say the same thing. What I'm going to also throw in there is so is literally everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that like apparently it's a big issue hiring software developers in Canada because we're not allowed to use the term engineer to describe them. And a lot of American software developers consider themselves software engineers, but engineer is a protected term in Canada that you have to have specific credential for, and so you can be doing engineering work, but you're not like, you can't call yourself an engineer here. It might be specific to BC even. I don't even know if it's Canada wide, but it can be like an obstacle to hiring people because they don't want the poo stain on their resume of coder. developer. They want to be called software engineer because that's what it would be called anywhere else.
Conrad, that's not how that works. You said you can put any title in your resume and nobody can question it. They can absolutely question it. That's what that's what references are for.
I was wondering why Conrad still works here.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, that might be it. For sure.
Director of WAN Show Live Chat is what's going on my resume.
I like it.
Yeah, it occurred to me there are a lot of staff in the chat today, and it's totally inside work hours today, you guys. This is not work for anyone but Dan.
There's been a few people in chat that have said that their work defines it in a similar or same way that I did, but that is genuinely not universal. There's a few entire titles, like not even just the senior portion, but entire titles that, like, even if you look up what the definition is, a lot of sites will be like, every company just sort of decides. It's like, what? Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you talked about this too much, but what was your biggest letdown at CES?
Maybe it's just because I have been so excited about their winning streak over the last little while, but it was AMD for me. Not because they're like a bad company who makes bad products or anything. I wanted something to be excited about, and rebranded mobile CPUs where they incrementaled the model number but didn't actually change the underlying architecture. Again, making their lineup super confusing for consumers even more, and just shoving features I don't care about down my throat. It was just such a... I would have just rather they did nothing. If they just showed off some really cool new partner devices and like new designs around their existing chips, I just didn't really see the point. With that said, I haven't seen benchmark results for the 5850 X3D or whatever it's called, the new one, the 8-core that does up to 5.6 gigahertz.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll totally change my mind. Another 400 megahertz on that chip. The new Strix Halo SKUs with the big GPU but smaller CPU, those was the one thing that in the video I was excited about, and now I'm back to being disappointed because I've talked to a couple of AMD partners now, and they're like, yeah, these chips don't exist. Like, functionally speaking, because they use I forget how many bits wide the memory interface is. So they need a lot of memory chips, regardless of how much memory capacity is built into them. And they are like big fat dies. They're power hungry. There's like a bunch of things about them that make them not a focus for AMD. And so the allocation of these is just like functionally nothing. So yeah, so it's cool. They seem like super cool chips, but they're expensive, and even if you can afford them, it's going to be hard to get your hands on enough of them for partners to meaningfully create cool designs around them.
Up next, if you had to do the remote PC cable run again...
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
For now. Maybe that'll change. I hope it changes. Okay, go ahead.
If you had to do the remote PC cable run again, how would you do it? I want to put my PC in a far closet, but stuck on a good way to get USB with low latency.
Optical Thunderbolt is still the most accessible way to do it. It's really expensive, but it costs a fraction of what it is to do it with that Icron USB dock that is by far the most reliable, performant way that I've found to do remote USB over fiber. But that dock is like $4,000 for the two pieces or something like that combined.
Icron, you said?
Yeah, Icron. Nice. ICRON. It's because they use FPGAs.
Oh, wow.
They don't have the volume to do an ASIC. Yeah, this is probably them.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they're based in Burnaby.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a weird little like tech hub in Burnaby. Like Kronos, the high-speed camera guys are there. D-Wave is there.
I knew about D-Wave. Yeah, so I guess they're just like hyper business focused, which makes sense once you start getting into that pricing.
Yep. So it's for like factory automations and stuff.
Yeah.
If you need a bulletproof, long distance
gonna cost
fiber
you a bit of
optic
money.
USB thing for like computer vision on your assembly line or something like that, you use this.
Interesting.
More?
Also, Beltrix says optical USB-C to a USB dock can also work well. That's a really good point. You'll have to find a dock and cable combo that cooperates well with each other. I have found that optical USB can be a little bit of a challenge, but if you find a combo that works, that's a great solution as well. It's a good point. Okay.
Linus, did you ever purchase your 5090 or 5080? And if so, which model did you go with? Video soon? I can't decide between a 5080 WindForce or a Gaming OC or a 5090 Ventus, all at MSRP.
Well, good news. You won't have to decide between a 5090 at MSRP because that ain't happening. As for whether I did buy one, yes, I did eventually buy a Gigabyte one not because I was particularly interested in that model, but because that was the one that came in stock with Nick Plouffe's pre-order. So that whole, I often see comments that are like, this is fake, like they're just saying this for content. They do like that whole thing where he and I were like evaluating 5090s and he was going to buy one and then he ultimately decided not to, and then I was like, well, I'll buy your 5090 if you don't take it. It's all real. Like, we don't fake stuff. Like, can you imagine like being on the internet for 17 years or however long I've been doing this, how quickly my web of lies would become tangled if I wasn't just telling you guys what's happening. Like, so yes, I did buy one. However, I have not installed it. It's still sitting in the box. The good news is that turned out to be a great
How long has it been
investment.
sitting in the box? Oh, yeah, that's strange.
I know, right?
That's weird.
But I haven't gotten around to upgrading my PC. So I have that Falcon sent over that frag box for Whale LAN. That after Whale LAN, I was like, this is really cool. I should take this home and use it in the theater room because I don't have a PC in there while I wait to do a theater room build. And I still want to do a theater room build because even though the frag box is really quiet for a PC, it's not as quiet as I would want it to be. Like, I would want to take one of those racks and turn the whole thing into radiator and then have like the shelf under it be the PC parts or something like that. So like I have ideas for what I want to do for like a really silent PC in there. But if I want to, like, I was playing Claire Obscure in the theater the other night, and I have done 97% of my gaming time for that game on the GPD Win 5, just because it's so convenient. It's handheld, right? It's wherever I am. But man, on the 5090, on that giant screen, that 3% of the game that I played there, it was glorious. It was incredible. I'm going to finish the game soon. The only reason I haven't finished it is my wife got mad at me for neglecting her after I came back from CES and playing Claire Obscure for the next 2 days. So I'm on Act 3, and I will hopefully finish it pretty quick. Really enjoying it still.
Couple more for you. Hi, WAN.DLO. I have managed to return to playing video games today. AC Odyssey DLC. How do you make yourself get back to something that you enjoy, but your head rarely lets you make time for them?
That's a weird thing to call my wife. No, I'm kidding. Yvonne
she the
actually
beard?
generally does not give me a hard time.
He can't hit me. He's too far away.
If I threw something hard enough.
I'm so sorry.
Yvonne generally doesn't give me a hard time about gaming. It was only because I was gone for a week and then like kind of ignored her for a full evening and then part of another one. And she was like, okay, come on. Yeah, fair enough. I got you. And if I hadn't gone to play badminton on the Saturday as well, then I probably would have escaped unscathed. But I had an inconsiderate couple of days, and so I've been off my game for I guess about a week now. But I'll get back to it. I'm gonna finish it. Anyway, sorry. how do you get yourself to get back to something that you enjoy, but your head makes you have to schedule it. For me, the answer is scheduling.
I was just going to say it goes in my Google Calendar.
And then the other big one is doing it with people. So like for instance, badminton, it's as much as I love it, it is still exercise and it's still hard to peel yourself off the couch to go. And so I sign up for a ladder. My Thursday ladder, if I don't show up and I'm the only one, 3 people are left without someone in their group. So either the staff at Smash Champs has to run around and try and find someone to join the ladder last minute, or 3 people don't get to play. Neither of those outcomes are something that I want to happen.
Yeah.
So I get off my butt, I get dressed, and I go to Smash.
This I've been doing alone because, gym buddies come and go, and I currently don't have any. But
Wow, Dan called out.
It's been a long time since Dan and I were working out.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's still called out.
I've had other gym buddies come and go since then.
Wow, and burned.
Yeah.
Called out and burned.
Yeah.
You were never that important to
But
him.
I had fun working with Dan. But it's been a long time since I've been consistently going to the gym because of insane amounts of travel plus getting sick and the like mold remediation stuff at my place. And I've had just genuinely no time, but
Life happened.
have to go back and will be going back. And for me, it's been calendar events. So I have it like scheduled where I'm like, okay, I know the first ones are going to kind of suck. So I'm going to ease into it a little bit.
You should join Tuesday Batty. Nick Harris comes.
Yeah, I probably should.
You should join Tuesday Batty. It's good. And then if you, if something's hurting on the court or whatever, there's a gym upstairs. No excuses. It's on the calendar. The time is blocked off. There's other work people there that you probably wouldn't mind seeing. Just throwing it out there.
I'll probably have to bail early literally every time.
It's a pretty
my shoulder.
It's a pretty cool work function. We do free badminton every Tuesday night for LMG employees. We have a limited number of spots because we also reserve some spots for, no offense to most LMG employees, but for like badminton people. And that's for a reason. That's because like I've seen the way that some people's game has been elevated by having the real badminton people there, and it's huge. Like Tynan's legitimately pretty good at badminton now. And he came in like, I don't think Tynan's watching. Total, like, no idea what he's doing. But he's athletic.
I don't think that would offend him.
I think he knew. But he's athletic. He's pretty quickly. He's an intense learner. He's a studier. He's he's a very curious person.
Yeah.
And he kind of found being crap at it to be motivating, and not everybody feels that way. But he's like an I'm crap at this. I'm now motivated to be better at this. Just kind of person from everything I've seen about him. And so he's like pretty good now. Like he'll beat me clean on a Smash sometimes. Like he's solid.
But yeah, I'll also try to add something that's interesting. So like this time, something that I planned on doing is I had this plan before because it was already a bit of time before I'd been in the gym because of traveling before the mold remediation thing happened in my place. But I bought cleats. I bought my first pair of cleats since high school because I had my high school cleats for a long time. And my idea was that I wanted to get just more like specifically running cardio in. I know there's a lot of forms of cardio, but I want to get running cardio in to not destroy my knees. I want it to be on a softer surface, so ideally grass. And I was like, it would be kind of fun to do like old soccer and football drills in the grass.
You just have to move closer, and we can go rollerblading anytime you want. I will literally rollerblade anytime you want. I've been peer pressuring him to move closer for like.
If I do, I will now abuse that. Just like
I'm super
call
down.
you at 3 a.m.
Dude,
like, it's time to rollerblade.
I would be down. I have gone night rollerblading more times than you would probably think. I love rollerblading. It's great. It's incredible cardio. It is like S tier cardio.
It's very good
if you're doing it right.
But yeah, I wanted to get back into running specifically and sprinting specifically, realistically.
You can sprint on rollerblades.
But I wanted to get back into sprinting. So I have those, and one of my ideas is that I wanted to trickle in running days in between the gym days and stuff. And I had all this prepped and then didn't get to do it. And now I'm going to be inserting that again. So I'm kind of excited to see how that cycle goes. So I found a thing to make it so that it's exciting for me to do it again, and then I scheduled it. And that little like wombo combo I find has worked effectively in the past.
There's even a hockey cage that is walking distance in my neighborhood, you know you love it. Like a roller hockey cage, that would be, you'd get the cardio in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last one.
Get back to work.
What is this picture?
He says, I'll teach you to backflip if you teach me to blade.
What is what picture?
What is this picture?
What is this picture?
That's you. It's you. It's the live slug reaction.
I don't know what that's in reference to. Dan said it's a meme.
It must be. I don't know what meme it is because
What
it's not
meme
a
is
Zoomer
it?
meme because I don't know it, and it's not a Zoomer meme because you don't know it.
No, I know it.
Oh, you know it. Okay.
Oh,
Thank God for that.
What the heck is that? What's
oh man.
I won't apologize for art. Last
Dan
one.
says he won't apologize for art.
Take it to his guns.
Last one I got for you today. In the US, certain states are going through legislature to ban phones from being used by students.
Nice.
Even more are wanting to reverse the amount of tech in classes. What's your take on all this?
Nice. He's typing. So I think it's really good. Very good. Super good. I just couldn't agree more. I think phones are a terrible mind controlling pit of loss of attention span and
Tell us how you really
endless
feel.
amounts of distraction, and having that in
Sorry, what are you talking
classrooms
about?
to extremely susceptible kids is a terrible, terrible idea, because one teacher or two teachers or whatever are not going to be able to properly police the entire classroom's usage of mobile devices when they can't even see what's happening on the other side of the screen. Reverse the amount of tech used in classes. Yeah, I mean, it's like too much right now because of the phones. Laptops are also a bit of an issue there, but certain locked down laptops I think could still be a really good idea.
I just hope they're funding whatever this is correctly, because it's all fine and good to say, well, the teachers should do more interactive instruction and they should do this and they should do that. But if you're not actually giving them the resources and giving them the funding to do it, then it's just words.
The primary thing for me is phones out of classrooms. The rest of it is honestly not even important enough to be in the same conversation.
That's all I
And you
got.
know what else is not in the conversation? Any more WAN show today.
Yeah.
We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye!
Bye.
You don't say bye.
It's not playing.
It's not playing?
Why isn't it playing?
Oh, it's just stopped.
Oh, is it just stopped?
You're just not leaving.
Sammy, it's because Sammy said bye.
Oh.
He broke it.
You broke literally
I
the
knew-
entire show.
You broke the whole show, Sammy.
Don't cut the camera. Don't cut the camera. Don't cut the camera.
I don't know what to do.